Yep. All right. Shalom. Birthday Yahweh.
Birthday Yahweh.
Birthday Yahweh Shai.
Birthday Yahweh Shai.
Birthday Yahweh.
Birthday Yahweh.
Birthday Yahweh Shai.
Birthday Yahweh Shai.
Kahalal Yamwa.
Kahalal Yamwa.
Alahayanawa.
Hayanawa.
Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Hashem.
Hashem.
Yahweh Shai. Hashem Refakadash.
Hashem Refakadash.
Allah Yah. Wa Allah Yahweh Shai. Allah Yahweh Shai. All right, we're giving all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, by Shem Refakadash. Double honor to the elder apostles, a great millstone well. Praise Yahweh and praise Yahweh Shai, which we uttered in the Paleo-Hebrew, the language that has been returned to us. All right, we of course giving a shalom first, of course, to the elect prophets, got 144,000, 12,000 choice men, Lord handpicked to preach this word, and of course give to the rest of the remnant of the elect. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai is having mercy on them, will have mercy upon them. All right, we're the Great Millstone Plaintables camp located here in City, Philadelphia. You know, out here it's currently, I believe, the 16th of September the 16th of what's this? 2023. Only about October, November, December. It's 3 more months until the end of this year. So, you know, we're moving real quick. What I noticed a lot is just how much, like, the days are just flying. Like,
yeah, September already.
yeah, it's like it just started September, and we just had our new officially Chadash, or the new moon came in. That was at
Thursday, Friday.
Eve of Thursday to Friday. So, you know, in our time, the lunar calendar, things are moving very, very quick too. You know, and we know Yahweh Ratzah, we be out of here. You know, as prophecy is kicking, we're seeing how the different nations are lining the proper alliances according to biblical prophecy. You know, we're seeing, like I said, a lot of wickedness that's just so high, exceedingly high. We're seeing, you know, us increase within the spirit. You know, most importantly, brothers are more so cutting off, trimming the things in which they ought to trim off and get rid of. You know, to focus on what is important, which is the work. What's most important is that you get delivered and have salvation. You know, all this other stuff out here, you know, the jobs, the different, you know, the fashion of this world, we're no worry about that. You know, Yahweh Shem Yahweh have us accomplishing what we do as men, but our main role is this work. You know, and I'm happy, you know, each and every day I get more and more just fixed and focused on, you know, my lot, you know, and that's what we got to do as believers. Keep focusing on the lot, what we're doing, because that's what's most important. Because I believe I started, we was talking, the brother on the other side, Ibad, I was talking about like how pretty much, you know, life is centered around the truth. You don't want your life in the world over the truth, all right? You want everything to work in, of course, sync with your lot in the truth, your destiny. So I'm gonna get this precept right here. Let me see. It's gonna be in Proverbs, I think. It's Proverbs chapter 18 and verse 16, which Proverbs chapter 18 and 16. I'm gonna read it. I might go a bit of it in Hebrews. Proverbs 18:16. It reads. It says, "A man's gift maketh room for him, and bringeth him before great men." Right. So a man's gift make room for him. All right. But go real quick into that word for gift and also room. All right. When you come in this truth, you've been given a gift, the gift of faith. You've been given, of course, the truth. All right, and that's you have it. But the Hebrew word for gift is you have mathun. All right, and it goes back to nathun, which nathun means to give. All right, a gift, offering. All right, and damn, he done fell. See, these people, they don't.
The train,
they don't
the trolley
know.
track.
Yeah, the track. Yeah, he think he cool. You can't be thinking you cool on a scooter out here. You know, like you gotta know what you know, be circumspect. Be circumspect the days of evil. And that's what's most important. That's what, when I notice me having my gift, I just more lock in and hewn onto the and focus on the wisdom, and that's what's getting me out of these different situations, because these people are bugged out, man. So yeah, the sun means to give, all right? It also means to devout and consecrate, all right? So you gotta understand, we are holy people, and especially if you're in the light of a prophet, you are, like I said, you gotta be dedicated to this light, this truth, all right? If you aspire to be on the other side, your main focus is studying, all right? Making sure the doctrine is is pure, and you're basically fully convinced in your own mind, you know, that this is the truth, that this is the way, all right? Consecrate, it goes into devote, employ, all right? Because this is our vocation. Now, yeah, so a man's gift maketh room for him, all right? Rechab is the word for room, which means to be or grow, all right? In which it says our roomy pasture. In Yahweh Shem Yahshai, in his truth, he expects us to grow, to wax better, right? As the house of David is waxing more greater, as the wax of the house of Saul is decreasing, okay? So you expect to grow. We shouldn't be looking at brothers and they depleting, you know, like your spirit supposed to be increasing, you know what I mean? Like you're supposed to be full of life, all right, full of wisdom, okay? So, again, another scripture. You got three? All right, go ahead. Sorry.
It's Habakkuk 2 and 1 says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me.
Right. And the Lord, he speaks unto us, all right, and we what? We declare what is spoken, okay? Go ahead.
And what shall I answer when I am reproved? I mean, rebuked.
Yeah, rebuked.
Instructed.
Yeah, and the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshai, he constantly instructs, correct us, you know, so that we can stay on a right path, because, you know we had demons on us being outside of the truth, all right? You can have demons hop on you in the truth, but more so you want to keep continually being purified, being purged of that old man, all right, and put on that new creature, all right? Put on the elect. Go ahead.
And Habakkuk 2 and 2, and Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision,
right,
make it plain upon tables, and he may run that readeth it.
Right, yeah. So we, of course, take the prophecies, which is the vision, okay, and we make it plain. It's what? Clearly evident what actually is going on in what? The Bible, in the scriptures, all right? We break it down so you know, so there's no excuse what the MOTB is, all right? How a brother should walk and conduct himself, all right, in his regular life and such. How to execute the wisdom and stuff. That's what we do, okay? Because, like I said, anything can pop off at any time. Like, you see how cold it is right now? You know, like, the season done changed and stuff. I see leaves out in the northeast. Like, we really seeing, like, all right, like, okay, like some real change that's going about in the world, you know? And we always have been seeing what? Loads of change and such. You know, it's just most people, they ain't spiritual to be able to discern, to see what the Lord is doing. The signs is there. Yep.
It says, for Habakkuk 2 and 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it.
Yeah, man.
Because it will surely come to pass, it would not tarry.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's for appointed time. The different prophecies have their set prescribed time to be fulfilled, which we're in the season of major biblical prophecy being fulfilled, all right? Having Yahushua come back, all right? We have, like, literally, like, the MOTB, you know, the change of this whole financial system. That's all on deck. You know, that's to be rolling out, okay? You know, we see how Esau, he's showing, like, oh, well, this is really what I'm going to do, and I'm going to really go for it, all right? And Yahweh Shem Yahshai is moving them to that spot, all right, which is going to move us in place if we of the elect to what? Draw more nigh to the power, all right, and be more men of understanding, all right? Women that's out there that's following, you got to be women of obedience to Lord willing. You get you a man of the Lord, all right, you know, but in the meantime, you sit quiet and you stay in order, okay? Like, don't be like these women out in this world that they so busy worrying about what they gonna eat today and what they gonna do tonight. You know, that's, you supposed to be focused. All right, go ahead.
Matthew 13 and 47. Again, the kingdom of heaven is likened to a net that is cast into the sea and gathers of every kind, which when it was full, they drew to shore and sat down and gathered the good into vessels, but cast the bad away.
Yeah, so you're going to have all type of people going to come into this truth, all right? Yeah, dudes come into truth. Like I say, they really in the world, but they'll be on this side and basically being hypocrites and stuff. You know, you'll rebuke them, try to give them the way, but really, like I say, many are called, but what? Few are chosen. All right, so you're going to have good and bad, all right? But at the end, we're going to see who really is the precious fruit, who really the chosen, all right? We're going to see that at the end. You know, all we got to do is focus that we doing our part. Every brother got to do his part in the truth, all right? When you're not doing your part, you basically endangering yourself to be what? Sifted out, all right? The Lord said he'll what? Sift the house of Israel like wheat. You don't want to be sifted out. I'm not, hey, for me, I pray Yahweh I don't get sifted out. You know, and I'm doing everything I got to do. When certain spirits try to mess with me and I'm seeming like I'm veering off, veer right, Lord, veer me right on. And the Lord, if you of the elect, he gonna actually veer you right back to your path anyway, you know?
Yeah, this is Isaiah. You can read the scripture.
Yeah. Oh yeah, quick precept. You got a precept? Go ahead.
This is Revelation 2 and 4.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, I have somewhat against thee, because thou hast left thy first love.
Right, yeah, and you have it. Just a reminder. This truth, this wisdom is our first love. This is our main affection. All right, when you sitting there, like I said, I had this truth this whole time. This whole time I've been in the truth, only like about, what, 6 years? The Lord has given this wisdom, and this wisdom been riding with me the whole time. I had a woman, lost that, you know, for this time. You know, people in the world, friends, so-called friends, you would think they're friends. They're not friends, right? The Lord actually reminded me that this is the truth and this is for me. All right, nobody can take this truth from me, but if Yahweh Shemiah shall take it, you know? But the Lord gave it as a gift, so I'm holding on to it. I'm cleaving onto it. Go ahead.
Revelation 2 and 5. Remember therefore from whence thou art fallen, and repent.
Yeah, so remember us as Israelites, we fell from knowing this knowledge, our heritage and such. Okay, you could clearly see that. I was just on the train. I'm seeing how loud and clamorous Keisha is, and she actually stinked. Like, she actually was smelling like a burnt, it was like onions and stuff. Like, she was disgusted. It was completely filthy. I was just like, and she had no man. She had about 4 kids, and they acting all wild and stuff. Hey, we got to repent. Our people are destroyed, you know, and that more remind me of, like, look, I could have been one of them jakes that when you would see a chick like that and want to lay down with her. The girl was through. This knowledge, this wisdom, it teach you how to have a decorum. You know, having proper etiquette, you know, self-esteem. Because Keisha don't have no self-esteem like that. If any esteem that she valuing is nothing but pride, and pride ain't meant for men. Go ahead.
This is the meat right here. And do the first works, or else I will come into thee quickly and will remove thy candlestick out of his place, except thou repent.
Yeah, that's right. You know, so, you know, we gotta be very, very, very careful, you know, when we treading, you know, in this truth, walking, you know, because if we go off, you know, to a point, right, and let Satan overtake us, we're not going to be here no more. The Lord searches Jerusalem with candles, all right? He's searching man's heart with a light, you know? And, hey, don't think that anything that you're doing, like, because Jake, they think that, like you said, you have Jakes, they come in the truth, and then they try to basically play the motions and stuff, but then when you, you know, you leave, you really, we see you really not really about the truth, you know, or if you get sifted, you're really not about the truth, because if you was in this truth, you'll do the first works, all right? Because this was ours, you know. If we are the Alahayim, this was given to us. We was with Yahweh Shai, we was with the word, you know. So you gotta focus on that, all right?
Yes, you done that?
Yeah. Oh.
Yes.
It's Luke 12 and 45. You can start up a little bit if you want. Read for yourself. It says, but And if that servant said, because we're the Lord's servants,
yep,
and you people that watch, you're supposed to be the Lord's servants too.
all
right? But, and if that servant say in his heart, my Lord delayeth his coming, and shall begin to beat the manservants and maidens, and to eat and to drink and to be drunken, the Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him.
Right. Yeah, and the Lord, Yahweh Shemashah, you know, he looking and beholding the evil and the good. So, you know, obviously what? All of them different things as it mentioned. Basically like rioting, you know, excess eating, wine, you know, you basically in that pleasure state,
yeah,
you know?
Doing what you want to do, like the some women of our nation.
Yeah.
You know, and men, but you know, it's more prevalent among women. They had to do it that will spirit.
Yep.
And they're very outspoken about how they ain't gonna let no man tell them what to do, or a stranger. They don't take orders from strangers.
Yep.
Roughly paraphrasing what the bullshit they say.
Yep.
All right. The Lord shall that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and in an hour when he is not aware.
Yeah.
And will cut him asunder and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers.
Damn. Yeah, you don't want to be with that. You don't want to die the death for the uncircumcised. All right. So the Lord, he giving a warning. That's a straight warning right there. That's a very stern, austere warning right there. He's talking about cutting you off. You know, you're not being part of the body. You know, you being, of course, a part of the destruction of the heathen. All right. You don't want to be that way. You know, so look at what you're doing and check yourself. You know, examine yourself whether you be in the faith. All right, that's really most important you do. You always are scrutinizing, seeing, hey, is this right? Should I be involved with this? Hey, am I fulfilling my role? You know, whatever you got to do, help brothers and sisters, you do. You know, are you basically undervaluing this work, this whole assembly? You know, because a lot of people don't understand. This is they say it's a holy assembly, and it come with many benefits. You dealing with the Most High, who's not a niggard. You know, the Lord, he give it the wisdom without upbraiding it. You know, so you gotta cherish that. Be thankful. The scriptures talk about be thankful. You know, but it also talk about there's a lot of our people that are unthankful or ungrateful. You know, and we don't want to be them type of people. You know, give thanks. You know.
Yeah. So Luke 12:47, and that servant which knew his Lord's will, which goes over two, I believe, 2 points. It says, knew the Lord's will and didn't know the Lord's will. So, and the servant that knew his Lord's will and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes. But he that knew not and did commit such things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes. For unto whomsoever much is given, of him shall be much required.
That's right, man. You hear that? For who much is given is much required, man. Because the Lord, he shows you should be well acquainted with how he is. You know that scripture where it say, I'm an austere man. You know, you should know how your power is. He is a man of war. All right? So he, of course, the Lord nourishing you up, giving you all that you need, and then you not realizing, oh, well, like if you all lackadaisical and not realizing, like the Lord is requiring you to take this money, these talents, this truth, and actually go out there and feed the sheep. All right, you know you're supposed to be an example amongst the flock. All right, the Lord will give you what? Much punishment. Okay, a great punishment, a great judgment. You know. Nonetheless of somebody that don't know, they still gonna get punished, but you're gonna get more to punish because the blood is gonna be on your hand. Yep.
Yeah, leading. If you're supposed to lead, you're supposed to set an example for the brothers under you.
Yep.
So if you ain't leading right, you ain't doing what you're supposed to do, then you effectively become a hypocrite.
Right. Yeah. And the Lord, you know, he hates a hypocrite. You know, he don't like nobody that's basically acting and stuff like that. I know, and we don't, because we, you know, we get the characteristics from Yahweh Shemashah, and like I said, when somebody is not in that same likeness of Yahweh Shemashah, it actually makes us start to abhor wanting to be around you and stuff, you know, because you're not in that spirit, you know, you're not in that Holy Spirit in which you're supposed to be. All right, you got that, austere? You got another? What you got?
I still got a few more.
Like 2 more words. All right, Sagi, go ahead.
You can read what got upstairs definition?
Well, I had another
The scripture. It says, Luke 12:48, but he that knew not and did commit such things worthy of stripes shall be beaten with few stripes. For to whomsoever much is given to him, much shall be required. To him, and to whom men have committed much of him, they will ask the more. Yeah, so if you in a position of leadership, you're definitely required to show your work, to show that you are a faithful servant. All right, no excuses.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
There's 2 more verses that go slightly in a different direction.
Yep.
Well, not really, but I am come to send fire on the earth. Luke 12:49. And what will I if it be already kindled?
Right, man, because, yo, the Lord bring it with much fire. Hey, and with that fire, like I say, it's judgment, man. Harsh judgment, man. Fire hurt, man. You know, but also pressure, tribulation, that all hurt. You mean? So, what? When the Lord get back, it's already going to be lit. All right? It's already going to be on fire. Shalom. Yep. Yeah, it's already going to be lit, you know? Remember, especially here in America, it's going to be hella lit in this damn place, you know? So, hey, the Lord, he giving you various warning, man. Like, don't be playing no games, you know? Like, he telling you, like, which, like I said, when the precept with the austere man comes, yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, I got a little bit more, more. Because I have come to send fire, but I have a baptism to be baptized with, and how am I straightened till it be accomplished? The Lord is going to be put to death and resurrected. Suppose ye, it's Luke 12:51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth. I tell you, nay or no, but rather division. So the division is the Lord did that. All right. So he raised up. That's why you see the women and men. You got the men, drug dealers that's wasting time, standing on corners, eating corner store food all the time,
every day.
You know, instead of just once in a while, they go to the corner store
every day
and get Chinese food and hoagies and shit.
French fries.
Yeah.
Chicken wings.
Salt, pepper, ketchup, fried eggs, and mayonnaise, and a cheese stick. And they do that every fucking day.
Every day.
I used to have a mechanic in South Philly, Point Breeze by the police station. When I used to work in AutoZone in South Philly, the dude used to eat 3 cheesesteaks every day.
That's
3
crazy.
cheesesteaks every fucking day. All right, he was like, looked like a hazmat endorsement. He was a big dude. He didn't really have. He was smart, intelligent when it came to cars and all that. But his diet was terrible. Yeah. And because he had the Epicurean spirit. All right. The Epicureans, you know, they believe in just pleasure. That's it. You know, the best thing about, you know, it's not as opposed to being stoic. You know, so 3 cheesesteaks every day. He probably ate more than that. Yeah. He got all the soda on the side and the like chips and shit too around the cheesesteak.
Dessert.
You know, and he used to eat that every fucking day. Yeah, every day. Damn. And you can't be like all clear in your head if you eat like that. I see every once in a while you might do that, but that was like a religion to him.
Yeah, it's like a damn ritual. Yeah. You know, nigga wake up in the morning at like oh well, his morning is noon, and he do that. You know, then he see a chick walk by, he hollering at her. You know, then he smoking weed. You know, getting gassed up. Hey, if you don't regard these times, you're gonna be burnt. Right, with that blunt. Go ahead.
That's a little side note. It's 12 and 52. So the Lord, Yahweh Shai, is causing the division. Now it says, for henceforth there shall be 5 in one house divided, 3 against 2 and 2 against 3. Damn. Yeah. All right. That's what how the household is today, especially amongst the Israelites. Yeah. Yeah, I just was on the train. The chick, she fighting with the little kids. The little kids like telling her how she supposed to be, and she yelling back with them and stuff like that. And they only it was like a different range of ages from at least 5 to maybe 11. And they arguing back and forth with each other and stuff. And I see it when I being working and going around these different residential properties. These people are not together. You know, the Lord, He really showed that. Like I say,
he split up households. Like a story, I was on a block on Dittman Street near Levitt. It reminded me of this story how this woman, she ended up killing 3 of her kids because I think she might have found out her man was cheating or something like that, and she killed in spite 3 of it'd be his seed, his children, which is, you know, she be of course the mother of, and then I think she might have killed herself. Crazy, you know, that's division right there. That's severing. All right, go ahead.
Yep. It says, for henceforth there shall be 5 in one house, divided 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. The father shall be divided against the son, and the son against the father, and the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother, and the mother-in-law against the daughter, her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law.
Yeah, that's all out division right there, man. If a father not getting together with basically in union with the son, remember, how can that household stand? Get that Sirach 3. I think that's like a father established a house. So if the house ain't even, go ahead.
Yeah, and that goes back to the curse in Deuteronomy 28 chapter.
Yeah, how the eye gonna be evil
against the brother.
Yeah.
We look up that word. We look at the word brother. It means family member. It means brother, but it also means family member.
Yeah. All right, Barzal, you get get that. What you saying? You want that? What you said?
Yeah, I'm gonna grab it. Well, you read that first. But.
All right. Read the austere Ben Barzal. Get this right here in Sirach, the 3rd chapter. Yeah, you got a precept?
At the top.
No. 3 and 1. Yeah. But read what you got now.
Luke 19:21.
You got a precept, Maya? Go ahead.
Luke 19:21. For I fear thee, because thou art an austere man.
Yep, yeah, because I fear thee because thou art austere man. Look up the word austere. Alright, the Lord is a very, you read the context more on your own, but the Lord, one of his characteristics is he's very, very stern. Alright, so imagine, like, you seeing the Lord, like you see some of them older men, like them older men in the ancient times, or older men, like a lot of older men that went through a lot, like they're just real like serious and stern. Like you might barely even see them with a crack a smile on their face. But it makes put out a certain vibe too for you to have respect and reverence for him too. You know, because you know, like he ain't playing around and stuff. He ain't no joke and stuff. You know, because also us as sons and stuff. There's a tell you about how we ought you can't be too what is it? The word is it's in Sirach. I'll get it, but like too cheerful towards, like if you got a daughter, you can't be too cheerful or, you know, be too friendly with her, because then she'll basically think you light, like think you not really that important, and don't respect your authority and stuff. Yeah, you gotta be careful with that, you know. She gotta respect you as the head of the household, and you are that strong man. You know, when they come in the house, you the principal person in the house. You know, you cut off the head, it's over and stuff, man. You know. But go ahead.
Thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow.
Yeah. All right. Just wanted to make the point. Now, I want that, and then we gotta get that cheerful precept that I was mentioning. You got it? All right. Read that one real quick.
Come.
All right, Yasharallah, we're princes of power. We're the children of Israel, the Bunyam Shal Yasharallah, the sons of Israel. So the Lord is going to deal with you as a father do, and a father is supposed to not spare the rod from you. All right, go ahead.
Sirach chapter 7 verse 24. As thou daughters have a care of their body, and show not thyself cheerful towards them.
Right. Now, brother, going to have to look at the word cheerful maybe in a free dictionary. You know, if you got daughters, like I say, because you see mothers, a lot of the mums and stuff, they let the daughters get away with stuff. Like this one Benjamin, he was telling me how basically his daughter, she totaled the car, and she like, and he think like, I'm like, how did she total a car? And she want him to she want him to co-sign for a new one, but what she was doing probably had another nigga that she done picked. Okay, are you all right? Oh, the insurance, we'll make sure everything's up. No, Dad, he's supposed to be mad. I'll take away her driving privileges. You do some dumb stuff like that, and she want to actually live in the house. You know, this particular, his daughter, you know, this Benjamin I know. She was actually living in the house, and she not listening to nothing because her mom let everything basically by easy. You got that word for cheerful? Oh, go ahead.
Cheerful, full of good spirits, merry.
Yeah, which, like I said, if you being too light, like, you know, like you taking things too easy, you being lighthearted with her, no, you supposed to be stern. I told you don't do that, and they supposed to know, all right, I better fear my father, because if I do that, I'm endangering myself of a particular punishment, all right? It's going to come in and chastise me, right? You can lose your privileges, all right? Go ahead. That's it. Now, look it up in the free dictionary for cheerful. All right, but go ahead, read it again.
Has thou daughters, this is Sirach 7:24. Has thou daughters, have a care of their body, and show not thyself cheerful towards them.
Right, it told us to have a care for their body. You know, so the responsibility is on us, you know, as men. You know, if you got, of course, a child, a daughter, you know, hey, you got to have care for her and stuff, you know. Compassion, you got to watch over her, shamar, meaning you got to look and preserve this chick, because remember, if a woman is out there with much liberty, she gonna abuse herself. You know, she gonna get abroad and destroy herself. Most of these women don't know where the hell they going, you know. They don't know what dude to be with, you know. I just seen literally this other Benjamite chick crying over Tyrone because it's her birthday and Tyrone not coming around. The dude named Tony ain't coming around on a regular. He's a piece of shit. Duh. But she still love him, you know, but she complaining how she want a good man and stuff like that and why he can't fulfill it. He's a piece of shit. They would know better if they had good fathers who would guide them right with an arranged marriage to set her up with a man of understanding. Hey, she don't have that. And if a man is understanding, it comes through, oh no, I need to clear my mind. I need to get my mind clear. But if Tyrone come up and show up that night, her mind is automatically clear, because that's what she like. Our women love darkness, man. Our people love darkness. Go ahead. But for cheerful real quick.
Marry thy daughter, so shalt thou have to perform a weighty matter.
Right, and that's a heavy matter when you marry, all right, give your daughter off in marriage, joining together. That's a heavy matter, right? You know, there's different inheritance that comes with it. Okay, you're joining house to house. All right, you know, so you know that you know you don't want to be associating yourself with basically pretty much a degenerate. I don't want to associate myself with a degenerate. When I see a girl, like I say, and I'm really gonna look through and okay, if I want to associate and deal with her, oh well, she gotta have these certain characteristics. Most of these girls not even meeting the mark, and the Lord not even letting these girls even get around me to even hit that mark to be on my team. Right? Not there. They too wicked. And it's good. Hey, we can keep our mind clear, right? Do this work. I don't got no time to be running after no damn chick that's crazy and confusing. I gotta do lessons. We gotta build up men. You know, I got time to some girl looking at me, I'm telling her this is what you're supposed to do, and you telling me I don't think you got it? What? I got the truth. What the hell you mean? You know what I mean? But hey, let these women, which are witches, keep doing what they doing and see what they're gonna get. They're gonna get destruction, suffering out of which to live. They get burnt with fire. Yep.
Check on the Google.
Yeah.
Noticeably happy and optimistic.
Yeah, noticeably happy and optimistic. Right. No. You'll be okay, Shay. No, when Shay do wrong, punish her. All right. Spare not that rod, okay? That's a biblical way of answering a rebellious child, all right? And we got different laws on how we deal with rebellious sons and daughters in Israel, all right? Yeah, go ahead.
But give her to a man of understanding.
Yep, give her to a man of understanding, because that man of understanding gonna know how to what? To guide her. All right, it tells us, get the scripture that talk about if we deal with women, basically deal with her according to knowledge. Okay. All right, and then finish where you at though.
Oh,
get where you at, and then brother get it. Kayab, Miami get it. Like, go ahead, Barzal.
Yeah, Khan. This is the book of Sirach 3:1.
Yep.
It says, "Hear me, your father, O children."
Right. So look, the scripture's even telling you, hear me. You read it again, Slop.
Yeah. Verse 1, it says, "Hear me, your father, O children."
Yeah, the Lord already telling you, establishing Maya Abba. Who's the father, right? Which is Yahweh. So this book, this living words. Remember, this book was written, what, a long time ago, over 2,000 years and such. Different time periods, all right? The Lord, like I say, he present. Remember, Yahweh is he the Ancient of Days. He always was here, all right? And the Lord word endured forever. Go ahead.
Yep. This Sirach 3:1. It says, "Hear me, your father, O children, and do thereafter, that ye may be safe."
Right, so it's telling you to have obedience, because here go back to Shammai, which means also to obey. When you listen, you hearken, which make you what? Do a certain action, right? Which is the good behavior, the virtues. That's what we're supposed to do. In the law, statutes, commandments tell us, all right, do this, right? That's what's going to keep you safe from what? Getting destroyed, all right? When America going to get destroyed with ICBM fire, when Russia shoot ICBM missiles, North Korea shoot ICBM missiles, right, you'll be kept safe because you'll be within what? That strong tower, right? Where you inaccessible for capture, which get that precept too. Go ahead.
Yep.
Yeah, you can get yours, and then he gonna finish with that. But go ahead, read this real quick.
It's Deuteronomy. I'm gonna read this first one.
He should
Deuteronomy 28 and 37. Thou shalt become an astonishment,
Yeah.
and a proverb and a byword.
It says, "Thou shalt be astonishment," or proverb, or a byword. If you look at that damn Edomite over there, how he was looking at us, smirking and stuff, that's it right there. He was astonished, just looking at Jake. You don't look at Jake as of anything of any worth, a high caliber, a high esteem. He looking at us like, man, these niggas ain't the fucking standard. We are. As the Edomites. Edomites see themselves as the holders of the light. Right? When we're really the children of the day. We're the children of the light. All right? But you got these people. Look, the curses are on us. Read it again.
It's Deuteronomy 28, 37.
Yep.
Thou shalt become an astonishment.
Right. We will become astonishment. Meaning, hey, we were already something else before that. All right, so this
we gonna become disgusted. Like people gonna look at us like with a disgusting look,
like a Ned, like
nasty, unpleasant. Like they're disgusted by sight of us.
Yeah, like damn, like I ain't want to
look
see.
Look it up. It says appalled.
Appalled.
Appalled, to be appalled.
Yeah, you like
waste, horror.
Yeah,
appalled. Appallment, horror.
Yeah, like sometimes I walk in certain neighborhoods and stuff. They just like blown the fuck away. Like I'm like, damn, like what? But that's the curse though.
Yeah, you're shocked. Like, oh,
yeah. Who the hell? What? You know, but if we walk around here, like I say, it's like we in our own, because we around Israelites. But like I say, also like I say, people do look at us different, you know, because we come in a different light. But particularly talking about this curse, you're gonna be a mock. You're gonna be a detestable, like detested, you know. People want to bored to be around you. You know, look, they look at us like
sometimes they look at you, yeah, you're like, especially if you're around Edomites, you go somewhere. I'm always around a lot of Edomites, so they're always interested in seeing, like, who is he?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, because it's a vibe and stuff. Like, you know, when you come in the room, like, it's a vibe. Anywhere we walk around the street, it's a vibe. We light out here, you know? When we walking about, you know, so the people see the knowledge. We walk in wisdom amongst them and without. People can notice that. They can notice your conduct, you know, how your behaviors, how your mannerisms and stuff is totally different. You know, it ain't about just what you're wearing and stuff like that. It's about that spirit that you pushing out. You know. Yeah, we totally just like I said. Other people walk around with like some of us like we get into the stones and stuff like that. Some of us, like I say, you know, you got the beard growing and stuff. They got dudes with beards in there, and then they super effeminate. I'm like, what the hell? Like me and brother Mayim seen it the other day. The dude was going, Ephraim was going in into an apartment, and he was all swollen jacked, but he's effeminate. He was walking around weak and late, you know, strong. Yeah, Go ahead.
And thou shalt become an astonishment and a proverb and a byword among all nations,
all
whether
nations.
the Lord shall lead thee.
Yeah, and the Lord scattered us everywhere, so wherever you are, you're going to be looked at with this detestable look. You know, like I said, I see myself sometimes like out there in Scotland. There's certain of the people, which they say Edomites over there too. They looking at me like, oh, whoa, what the hell is he here for? So stone cold red looking Edomites too. Stone cold, like some pure ass fucking Edomites. So,
yep. It's 28. Isaiah 28:54, so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother and toward the wife of his bosom and toward the remnant of his children which he shall lead.
Right, his eye meaning his mind is going to be evil. All right, so you see that's great division right there. Brothers' mind evil against their own people. All right, that's a heavy curse that, you know, is under the children of Israel and stuff. You know, you be like, damn, like what the hell, my own, like look at that. Imagine that your own family, Mashapaka, our own family, Mashapaka now, don't even like us. You know what I mean? They mind is evil. Jake could be, like I say, on the train.
You have a battery?
Oh, you pack? Yeah. It's like right there in the front part.
Can I bring the precept up while you looking for the pack? Yeah. 1 Corinthians 4, verse 9. For I think that the Heavenly Father has set forth us, the apostles, last, as it were, appointed to death. For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men.
It said that we're made a spectacle unto the world. Like that woman, she looked at us like a spectacle. She like, damn, you know what I mean? What's this? You know, people look. You know, especially this is the highest office amongst Israel, being a prophet. Like I said, we're not normal people. You know, these people, they doing normal things. I already go out and did my grocery shopping. I got the organics. I already made the smoothie and all of that. You know what I mean? I got the food waiting. You know? These are regular people. We got to be able to do regular things like them and do this truth. How about that? Research, right? Brothers might be going to school, you know? You know? Manage a household at home, manage paying bills. You know what I mean? Of course we're going to be a spectacle. We doing more than what is normal, regular for a person. Like we holding a burden, all right, on us. You know, but hey, what it say? The scripture tell you in Psalms, maybe what, the 55th chapter? Cast your burden on the Lord, and He shall sustain thee. Right? Find that precept. All right. But this one of the main reasons why we're a spectacle is because all that we doing, they seeing Yahweh Shai. The Lord setting us up, you know, with all you know, this duty. You know, we gotta give out the daily bread. You know. We're the most important, okay? You got that?
Yeah. Psalms 55, verse 22.
Yep.
Cast thy burden upon the Lord, and He shall sustain thee. He shall never suffer the righteous to be moved.
Right, man. You see that. So, hey, the Lord said to cast thy burden on Him because, like I said, you be in this truth and it's like you're going to go through a hell of a lot of stuff, you know? Like I say, struggling just to get here. Like I say, you be like, damn, man, what the hell? The car... You know, anything, like, I mean, all types of things, financial woes, all types of sorts of things going when you in this truth and stuff. But you got to cast that on Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Pray to the Lord. That's going to come. How you going to cast it? How you going to shoot it? You look up that word for cast, Baba Kashah, Kayaba, Psalms.
Can I get the definition for spectacle real quick?
Yeah, get spectacle.
Yeah, let me, it's
like
G
specs,
2302.
like
it's Theatron. I'm going to go to... the definition 2, a public show.
A public show, right? This is a public show because what? Where we're at, we're on the highways and hedges. We're in the chief place of concourse and such. You know, the center of the city is right here. So we are a public show, a showing. You know, you're gonna see us speaking. You got people they're driving their cars. They looking at us. Everybody looking back. Look, niggas over there looking. You know, dude looking like a Viking over there. He looking. You know. But that's of course prophecy fulfilling itself. All right, go ahead.
A little more. A metaphor, a man who exhibited to be gazed at and made sport of.
Right. A man exhibited to be
gazed at and made sport of.
Yeah, and we make ourselves to be gazeable by what we're doing. This is like strange for many people. You know, going out here with our garments, our ancient garments down to the foot, right? And that's another thing. Like I say, us Great Millstone, we not like these other dudes walking around with, like I say, a t-shirt garment and all that. For me, you just a regular dude in most cases. Like I say, you're not doing anything different other than what you might say the name of the Lord, but you still you don't still got that holy light really wrapped and pushed out around you. You know, you still doing the things of the world and stuff. You still being basically a nigga. You know, because really you're not using these riches, and the riches will tell you in the wisdom. We don't wear t-shirt garments. That's not even us. You know, like it's not us to be walking around sitting there like a hypocrite, you know, playing like you the Israelite and stuff. No, if you're an Israelite, you're supposed to show that by wisdom, by what the scriptures say and how you do. You know, which you're not supposed to be, as it tell you, be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Don't make yourself somebody for the predator to come and eat you and devour you. You know, putting a target, being over righteous and stuff. But even still, nobody told you to put no t-shirt, no fringes on no t-shirt. Yep. You know, or to be walking around with guns and acting like you tough. You know what I mean? Even with the shades and stuff, how the dudes be doing. You ain't cool. Take that shit off, man. You know, we are some men. Yeah, fitteds. You know, they looking like they look like they cool. This is a gathering that it make you more humble and embarrassed, if anything, right? Though we not embarrassed of Yahweh Shemi, but for the world to see how we do wearing our stuff, they look at us like, damn, what the hell are these dudes doing? They gotta be damn near crazy and stuff. Yep. Well, we crazy for Yahweh Shemi, and I don't care. I don't care because I know the parameters where I'm supposed to be in. I know that border and that hedge and how I'm supposed to be in that particular pasture. All right, and I'm supposed to be looking this right way.
It's Revelation 1 and 12, and I turned to see the voice that spake unto me, and began to turn, and I saw 7 golden candlesticks. And in the midst of the 7 candlesticks, one like unto the Son of Man, clothed with a garment down to the foot.
Yeah, that's Yahweh Shai, right? It said the garment was down to the foot. All right, so we wear our regal, right? Regal, foot.
Oh yeah, regal.
Yeah, down to the foot. Like it was long, man. The fringes on the t-shirt ain't nowhere seen. Most of the like I said, most of the fringes I be seeing on these dudes' t-shirts, like I said, it don't even, the t-shirt be looking small. It be looking young and stuff. That look, come on, it look weak. No, we wore long garments. Yahushua wore a long garment.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And the Lord's is even longer.
Yep.
It says down to the feet. Got padiras.
The Greek.
Padiras, which means reaching to the feet.
Dang. Yeah, even extra.
Our garments need to be longer.
Right.
All right. A garment reaching to the ankles, coming down to the feet.
Right. Down to the ankles, man.
Right.
You know?
G4158.
That's heavy, man.
Type
so,
that in.
yeah, you supposed to have that same resemblance.
Only shows up one time in a New Testament Greek.
Time. You supposed to have that same similarities as Yahweh Shai. You dudes not even. If Yahweh Shai wearing a thing that's hitting his ankles, and y'all not even, y'all dang on y'all bellies damn near. What the hell is, something definitely is wrong here. Something definitely is wrong here. Because if you walk, remember a priest, they don't even look like priests. Like when they wearing a t-shirt, you don't look like a priest either. You know, you got to think about how obviously the priests, their particular garments and stuff. You don't look priestly with no damn t-shirt on. Then you can look up the history of t-shirts and all that type of stuff. like I say, that if anything, it might go back to being just like an undergarment, if anything.
Yeah, it definitely
right?
is. Yep.
You know, so it's not like something I just walk outside with and stuff. I'm not saying brothers can't wear t-shirts or not, but when it comes to conducting the office of being a Hebrew Israelite in the true way, right? We're gonna worship the Lord in spirit and truth, and we're gonna follow after the chief example. All right, the author, Yahweh Shai.
It's John.
Yeah, precept.
Oh, go ahead. Who have precept?
Yep.
1 Corinthians 11:1. Be ye followers of me.
Right. Be ye followers of me. If you following, right, ain't you being guided? Right? You looking, you like, oh damn, there he go. Right? If a dude like playing basketball, this how you do that you know, that move and execute it. You gotta see him do it first. He the first one that's gonna do it, then you gotta follow after. Right?
Yeah. So the Lord, of course, you know, he led by example, and us trying to be like Yahweh Shai, you know, studying how he was, all right, austere, all right, clothed the garment all the way down to the foot, all right, you know, the way he was, we're trying to be like Yahweh Shai because we're followers of Yahweh Shai.
Right. Remember, this is a drill too. Remember, we rehearsing that righteous acts.
Yep, kind.
Right?
Yep.
So, like, yeah, the coach, he gonna show you how to do the thing, right? First, this how you do it. Then we gonna follow after the coach. As Yahweh Shai was showed by Yahweh how to be, right? Yahweh Shai always talked about Yahweh, all right? How, you know, my father this, my father that. I learned of my father.
Yep.
Hey,
Yeah.
so we supposed to be the same way. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's you know, the order, right?
Yep.
Go the Most High Yahweh Shai, man, woman, and child.
Yep.
All right. You know, Yahweh Shai reporting up. You know, we report to Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
So.
You have another cable?
I got a cable too.
Young.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
A little more. It says 1 Corinthians 11 verse 1. Be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Hamashiach.
Right.
Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you.
Right. So you follow how the apostles are, all right? Because remember, the apostles are back. You know, they back in their reincarnation, and they tell you how to execute it. You know, I heard Apostle Tahar, you know, he basically was like, yeah, like, you know, he knows, like, he kind of like, in a sense, he keeping himself humble, because he basically, like, he believes, obviously, the breakdowns is right, you know? You don't want to go off and lead the rest of the flock to be destroyed. So you got to have the proper right side. You got to have the proper way, which they were showed by, of course, Yahweh Shai, before Yahweh Shai even went to sin. And Yahweh Shai continues to sup with us. Yahweh Shai continues to sup. Look, she should be looking forward. She looking backward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's a spectacle. We the spectacle. She ain't looking at dude with his hand, you know, he with a pink shirt with a mullet, damn near a fucking mullet. He got a mullet. Through. That mullet is through.
Yeah, and keeping those ordinances.
It was a girl?
Yeah, it's a girl.
Oh,
Yeah,
well,
girl.
okay. Well, see, that's the confusion.
She like a little
Because they look how tall she is, and she kind of
Babylon.
strong, too.
Babylon, you know.
Yeah, that's Babylon, though.
Half the head shave.
Yeah, I thought it was a damn guy, man, because she was taller than the rest. But that's how it is, man. Hey, we might not know, man. It could still even be something else. I don't know.
Yeah, could have changed over.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
transition.
Nowadays,
Identify that
you
something.
Y'all
really
even
gotta
know
make
out
sure
here.
that you're talking to
And what the hell was that? Was it Elamite?
Yeah, Elon.
Yeah, like what the hell?
That's
Like
Elon.
that goes to show you that whore's got kind of tricked the whole world, man. 'Cause why? And then everybody comes over here. All these nations come over here to basically live that ism out.
And they
shit.
walking in North Philly, look, confused, walking back and forth.
know
Don't
where
know
they
where
going.
they going. Look, take a selfie in front of, look, we out here in North Philly.
Yeah.
Okay, we out
That's
here,
fucking-
and look.
Yeah, Elo, that's a.
No,
that's-
look how he look. You sure that's a girl?
I don't know, man.
That shit look
Hey,
weird.
It's
Look
probably
at that
that's
face.
probably one of them they them
That shit
things
crazy.
or whatever. Them
That might be a
pronoun
dude.
things.
That's a dude. I think that's a dude.
I think that's a.
That's
I
a
think
dude.
I think that might be a dude trying
That's a
to
dude.
try to be a woman. I definitely
That's a
think it's one of
dude.
those.
Yeah, I think
You
that's
two
a
don't,
dude.
don't like it.
Yeah, this
But
shit-
yeah, hey, we gon' hey, slide, hey, YouTube, whatever. But hey,
He's making observations.
Yeah.
I got two precepts.
Hey, go ahead,
y'all
slide. Yeah, he got. I know Barzal got that established that father thing. Yeah, go ahead. Back to
the Sirach.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is Sirach 3 and 2.
Yep.
It says, "For the Lord have given the father honor over the children, and have confirmed the authority of the mother over the sons."
Yeah, man, the head is the father. He the authority. Then he give that,
So you want to leave it up?
basically divvy out like a sub order for the children to be nurtured by the fathers.
Oh.
All right, but chiefly first, the house is going to be established by the father. Go ahead.
Yeah, verse 3, "Whoso honoreth his father maketh an atonement for his sins, and he that honoreth his mother is as one that layeth up treasure."
Yeah, man. So, hey, that's real good, that we give, of course, honor to our father, because that's actually a pleasing thing, to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. I already tell you in the scriptures, honor thy father and thy mother, and thy days will be long. All right? You can go into the carnal and you can go into the spiritual. You have it that also your father, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and you have the mother being this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right? That nurtures you, the latter end of that verse said, what about with the mother?
It says, "And he that honoreth his mother is as one that layeth up treasure."
Yeah, and we lay up treasure, because wisdom is going to make us doing the right actions so that we what? Hey, do the things that please to the Lord. The Lord going to set us up. We setting our thoughts on kingdom of heaven, where moth and rust doth not corrupt. So we got our bank account getting full, so when the cash out come, when the harvest come, we getting everything. Just there it is. That's what we getting everything. We getting the kingdom. And the Lord, he the one, he the governor. All right? Yahweh Shem Yahushai is the governor, so we want to keep obviously serving Yahweh Shem Yahushai, so that the one that obviously has the greatest rule over everything gives us absolutely everything, because we want everything, and righteous. We've been deprived of a lot of things, man. Jake, came and, like I said, Jake wanted to do business and stuff. Jake got worried about Esau, Edom burning it down and shit. Like, there's all type of stuff, hating that be going on, Yeah, man. We got all these different things we got to be worried about and trouble about. But when the Lord come back, he going to get rid of all our troubles and our distresses. All right? Yeah, go ahead.
Were you done with yours? Did you read yours?
Yeah.
It's Matthew 17 and 22. It says, "And the Lord, and the glory which thou gavest me, I have given them, that they may be one, even as we are one." We talked about the garments earlier, about it being clothed down to the foot. We look down to the definition. It says to the foot, and to the ankle. All right. So we're supposed to look similar. We ain't supposed to, be looking weird, crazy hairstyles. Garment, belly shirt, jump garments.
Yeah, the piercing. Yeah, you got a damn. I had to go in on that other. You had a septum piercing, the bridge. The Jake be having a bridge in their nose, up over their nose. You know what I mean? All type of shit in their, all in their face, looking crazy. Like, you look like a heathen and stuff. And I went into it. You serving one of them Elamite gods. When you putting that shit in your nose and stuff, you actually committing idolatry. You worshiping and setting yourself in the image of an Elamite god.
It's Jeremiah 10:1. "Hear ye the word which Yahweh speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen."
Right, so Lamud, learn not. La Lamud, what? Which I went into it. Learn it not. Learn not the way of the heathen. Shalom, yeah, you ain't supposed to be actually getting taught how to be a damn heathen.
Yeah,
right?
The hairstyles.
Yeah. You sitting there like a damn master in heathen in a way that you're not supposed to be.
High top fades.
Right. Yeah. Looking crazy and stuff. And then, like, how they be. Like, you see how they are, the heathen, they walking around looking for somebody to look at them. They trying so fucking hard for somebody to look at them, and nobody looking at them, but everybody looking at us. And we just doing what we normally do, right? Yep. Learn not the way of the heathen. If you being a heathen, you just you're not even, remember, the heathen are less than spittle. But the children of Israel, right? We are the apple of the Lord's eye, the most desired thing. So, hey, that's why I want to be, really they should want to follow our wisdom in our way, which is Yahweh Shai. All right, which that's what we're going to. Everybody's going to be following Yahweh Shai. They're going to be following us. We're going to execute the law. So they're going to be, all right, oh, I'm supposed to be doing this. See what it do? We'll hear the precept to say, this will bring you life.
It says, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them, for the customs of the people are vain.
Yep, the customs, the manners, the style, right? The fashion, it's vain, it's empty, it ain't getting them nothing. You know, you putting a damn septum piercing in your nose ain't gonna do you nothing but what? Produce some more iniquity. Get you mixed with the bad dudes, and now you're doing drugs and in these dark dungeons and doing all type of wicked sexual immoralities and stuff. Because, like I said, a lot of that stuff is just it's freaky. You know, it's a sexual deviant. It promote you to pretty much, as I went into it, altering, like you altering, meaning alternative, right? Go back to altering, which basically.
They blinded it and shit. And they sung as it were a new song before the throne, and before the four beasts and the elders, and no man can learn that song but the 144,000 which were redeemed from the earth. These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins. These are they which followed the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits of the power and to the land. So meaning we're not defiled to Yahweh Shai rocks out with any other knowledge outside of the scriptures, outside of the decorum that we're supposed to be in. Like, we wear the garments down to the foot. We don't wear the belly shirt garments. Yeah. We don't have crazy ass hairstyles. All right. We don't carry weapons. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, we ain't. Like I said, we not like the world. Just put it that way. It's simple as that. The Lord, the Lord said we're not like of the. He said He's not of the world, right? And He took us out of the world. You know, because if we was, the world would love His own, right? So, hey, the world clearly can see, hey, we different, meaning be distinguishable. We're very peculiar. So obviously that's why they don't want to be with us, because they don't want to be with Yahweh Shai. Those that wanted to be with Yahweh Shai was drawn to Him. Hey, most of them most likely was part of being them first fruits. Start with them prophets, all right? Singing that new song. The elect, they got the truth. The Lord gave them that as a gift, all right? So of course they're going to go follow the Lord wherever He goeth, right? Of course. That's what they were given. They were given that instruction, all right? Before the foundation of the earth, all right? Great. Yeah, go ahead. Somebody else read your scripture. Precept.
Yeah.
Precept.
I got someone.
Yeah. Kayaba?
Yeah.
With it.
God, this is Ezekiel 20 and 32.
Yep.
And it says, Ezekiel 20 and 32, and that which cometh into your mind shall not be at all, that you shall say, we will be as the heathen, as the families of the countries.
Damn.
To serve wood and stone.
Right. So read that again from the top. We're going to break it down as we go. Go ahead.
God, it says Ezekiel 20 and 32.
Right. And
that which cometh into your mind shall not be at all, that you shall say, we will be as a heathen.
Right. You shouldn't be thinking like, man, I'm going to be doing like how these other people is doing. You got the chick, she riding the bike with pants on. Women, you ain't supposed to be wearing trousers. Right? Heathen, they wear trousers. Right?
And the thing is, like, if I could say, like, you know, like, when you go into the deep of it all, like, you know, certain of these things is to, you know, worshiping other gods and stuff like that. Like, for instance, like, like the holidays, like Christmas and all that. But they try to make it seem like, oh, you know, it's not a big deal. Like, it's not about, like, yeah, okay, it might be a Babylonian worship, but like, you know, it's in the spirit of it. But the whole thing is like, you shouldn't be learning the way of the heathen, period, whatever way that is, you know, that's going off. So even simply down to your attire should be that of, you know, of your
Israel.
yeah.
That manner. We have a certain manner, which is basically having that certain adornment, or image of Yahweh Shai. That's what we're supposed to have. We're supposed to have that image.
Yep.
All right, and we gotta hold that to that image.
Yep.
Yeah. Cause these people they don't have the image of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, the Lord gave us that, you know, and we're supposed to keep that. All right.
Yeah, I got one real
go
quick.
ahead. Yeah, keep reading that again. Read that again.
Again?
Keep going.
All right, come on.
Yeah.
Just Ezekiel 20 and 32, it says, and that which cometh into your mind shall not be at all, that you say, we will be as the heathen, as the families of the countries, to serve, as the families of the countries, to serve wood and stone.
Yeah, as the families of the countries, the Gawayim. You know, we ain't supposed to be like the rest of these Gawayim out there, you know, because they got a whole different way. Right? They can say, like you have heathens, they can believe, they'll say, oh, you worship this God? I like that, what y'all doing, but they worship other gods, multiple gods. We can't do that. All right? The Lord, He gave us that in Exodus, how we supposed to worship the Lord, Yahweh Shem Shai only, you know? Like I said, you got like a lot of people, they want to mix and delve in all types of spiritualism. No, we only got one doctrine, one baptism. We got this truth. We can't go dealing with, oh, I believe in this and other stuff that, you know, I just read. And that's another thing. Like a lot of these people that they call themselves Hebrew Israelites, that's just a guise for them really they just like spiritual, really following all this Kemet stuff, you know, because you see like all these dudes on these Instagram and stuff, you know, they trying to get themselves Hebrew names and they speaking, you know, like, it's stuff be like mixed with Yiddish and stuff, but they don't, and they got dreadlocks and stuff, and it's just like, the stuff is off, you know? So, when you have a thought like, oh, it's gonna bring back a thought of being like the heathen, like you might think, like you watch these damn movies and stuff, everybody, or you see these people, they all got tattoos on, you know, you being around these wicked people, and you might have in their head, oh, man, I wish I could get a tattoo. No, that thought gotta be rebuked, you know? Because they make this stuff so cool and fashionable that everybody doing it. Some girl that don't even, like Jake didn't even deal with really tattoos like that unless they was in prison or something like that. Jake wasn't all inked up like these people inked up. Jake inked up all crazy now. I see Jake covered up their face. Ephraimites in the hood completely covered. You got to rebuke them stupid ass thoughts. Them thoughts ain't of our thoughts. All right? Those are heathen ways. And when they be marketing, putting these different things, like I said, these cuttings and all that, they go to different gods, idol worship. You're getting yourself conscious to basically go to death. You know?
Yeah, a lot of them tattoos sometimes they, you know, God on them or whatever. You know, like they try to you know, put that on there, and that's not of the Most High. You know, that's a Satan. That's of a different God.
Yeah.
The brother got a precept over here.
Nahum 3 verse 1. Woe to the bloody city, it is full of lies and robbery.
America is the bloody city. It's full of lies. One of the biggest lies is you could be who you want to be and worship what you want to worship. Us as Israelites being here, we can't worship Jesus Christ and worship like, I don't know, the black woman. We're supposed to worship Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right? It tell you could do any and everything. This is the land of the free. You know, the home of the brave. You can have all the pride in the world. You're not supposed to be like that.
Yeah, America portrayed itself as this beacon of hope and light to the world. But the light and the hope is really darkness. The ideas that they're offering is really ways to your death. That's detrimental to you. You know, having the so-called freedom of religion, having the so-called freedom to do as you please, and that's all hypocrisy anyways, because you don't have the freedom to do what you please. You really do have marginalized groups, all right? But the title in which they give the groups that they call marginalized are the very same ones that they protect. They're a protected class. You can't say nothing negative about these people who are out here committing all types of abominations. So they're a hypocrite. When you come to America, you become a criminal.
Yeah.
If a man falls on hard times and he has a child support order, he could be criminalized. He could become a prisoner just because he fell short. And the thing of it is, the system is so wicked that the woman could go for annual increases and he could be out of a home. His whole lifestyle changed. He could be living out of his car. The court don't care. She goes for an increase and it's awarded to her. He could literally get to the point where life is no longer worth living because he can't even afford to support himself. And there's countless stories of where men are committing suicide because they are literally being exhausted of everything that they have. They're working just to afford her a lifestyle, while his life is just completely diminishing. That's the light that America offers you. Darkness, bitter for sweet, sweet for bitter. And that's just one of many examples. Okay? That's the robbery. Those are the lies. All right? That when you get with a woman, y'all working together, and all of a sudden she gets disgruntled. She's already done planned her exit strategy, which is against the scriptures. There's nowhere in the scriptures where it says a woman can give a man a bill of divorce. It's not in there. Okay? However, if there are legitimate reasons, okay, i.e. a woman has committed adultery, okay, you can write that woman a bill of divorce. If she would not have it to where she would go and follow your way, you would give her a bill of divorce. Right? But there's nowhere in the scriptures where a woman could just separate herself from you because she feels like it. That's not scriptural. And remember what the scriptures say about overmuch liberty. She's going to abuse herself. What do you have with these modern day women? Nothing but self-abuse. All these women have fucking trauma. Upon trauma, upon trauma, upon trauma. And they're all subscribed to feminism. Has anything changed? No, you're screaming these bullshit mantras and you still are suffering. Salakia, I gave a couple examples just to give it context. Continue to read, because you mentioned tattoos, and like America has portrayed itself as that beacon of light and hope, and you know this is the place you come. And so what people do is they acclimate themselves to the Western culture. Tattoos, piercings, okay, living these alternative lifestyles because in their own countries they don't tolerate certain of this shit. But America, you get the freedom to do as you please under those different ideas that America is trying to push, you know, through its different agendas. You want to worship this idol, you can worship this idol. You want to become a witch, you can become a witch. You want to become whatever. Right? So we're gonna read about it just a little bit further.
Let me start again. Nahum 3 verse 1. Woe to the bloody city, it is full of lies and robbery.
Right, the very inception of this place is built on lies, deception, all right, and robbery. You know, this idea that, you know, slavery didn't really happen in the capacity that it's, you know, which, first of all, you got to go deep into these different accounts historically to find out this different information, because Esau don't tell you how bad it was. All right, there's countless stories where Jake was being tortured, okay, in the general public, all right, and that was just pushed under the rug, all right? There's countless things that this man has done that they're trying to hide, and now they're trying to rewrite history. You know, we just had the so-called 9/11 memorial, and it's literally never forget what happened on that day. But then Jake is supposed to forget all of the evils that you're right, that have happened to their ancestors and exist today as a result of you know, generational captivity. We're in a generational captivity. How do we know that? Because Jake is still walking around here blind, not knowing that they're Israelites, not knowing about the commandments, not knowing about who their power is. Okay?
Continuing on.
And then you tell them, and then you warn, and you tell Jake, and they're in such a destructive state of mind that they refuse to believe that there's a kingdom coming, all right, that the Lord was a man of color. They refuse to believe that they're an Israelite. They refuse to believe these things, all right? And that's a result of that mental trauma, man, that mental trauma. And they always are trying to advocate the ways of the Edomite, acclimate themselves to the ways of the Edomite. That's the right way. No, we have to go. That's the right way. We have to elect these individuals. Ain't nothing changed at all since they've been allowed to vote, and yet they're still talking about voting somebody in that they think is going to take away their troubles, when the system in of itself is a trap. But go ahead, brother Slocky. I said it right.
Continuing on, the prey departeth not.
The prey departeth. Who is the prey? The Israelites. You Israelites are the prey. All right? You are the prey. You keep falling for these different traps. You keep falling for the different ways that the enemy's coming. The jabs, masks, fucking, different legislation. This idea of getting rich in this country. That's all traps. You the prey. Falling for the allure of this well-favored harlot. Because it comes with like the brother said, it comes with an image. It comes with a fashion, right? Go ahead.
Jumping down to verse 4. Because of the multitudes of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcraft.
The mistress of see, most of the world, and a lot of you Israelites don't realize this, but you're under the spell of Mystery Babylon the Great. America. You're under the spell of America. And it said well-favored. Because all the nations are after the ways of America. You don't hear people talking about, oh man, freaking shit. Yeah, you could throw any country out there. Yeah, let's be more like this country. No, it's, hey, America, man. The land of opportunity. Financial freedom. You had those two Korean brothers, right, that like to go into politics and economics. I forget their names, right? And they did a little 9/11 memorial, whatever. They said their piece on it. And they immigrants who migrated over here, and the reason why they came over here was for financial freedom. These nations are coming, by and large, these nations are coming here. Okay? This is that well-favored harlot. This is the place where the nations are coming and they're doing business and they're making the money, they're sending the money home. This is the place where the opportunity is so-called is. Go ahead.
That selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcraft.
And, well, the book of Nahum is dealing really with the city of Nineveh, but America is now modern day Nineveh. Same way it would be modern day Sodom, it'd be modern day Egypt, because it's done those very same things. Has it not taken Jake and put him into slavery and sold them? Right? Do they not have these different trafficking rings? They do that. First of all, they've admitted that America is responsible for most of the people trafficked. Okay? America and Mexico. But America is part of that system. Okay, human trafficking. There's a lot of blood on your hands, a lot of Israelite blood on your hands, and a lot of the nations in general, blood is on your hands. Okay? But the point is the well-favored, the mistress. Now, the word mistress goes back to the word master in the feminine sense of witchcrafts. So everything that these people are doing is essentially a spiritual, what you call spiritual natural influence of the left-hand side. Remember, our battles against those high-level principalities, because what's happening is Esau is sacrificing to these different deities, these different demons, and they're giving him divine inspiration on the left-hand side to put these different spirits out there, right? These different enchantments through the media, through the entertainment industry, through the music industry, through the movies, through celebrities, which are lower level luminaries. They're witches and warlocks. How many celebrities lined up and did those fucking commercials for that damn experimental thing? And you mean to tell me that this ain't the mistress of witchcraft? It was all an enchantment. Now look up the word enchantment, right? They're trying to charm you. Right. Brother, get that real quick, and then, you know, I know y'all got presets. That I made the point that I wanted. The brother could reiterate that, and then get the definition for the word enchantment.
Nahum 3 verse 4, because of the multitudes of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts, that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcrafts.
And families through her witchcraft. So this is all really one big ceremonial ritual for this Edomite. Killing Jake, trying to get them hit ultimately, right? Converging everything into that digital system. It's really one big sacrifice, right? Because he wants all nations to pay obeisance to him. They want them to submit onto his image, onto his will. Right? Go ahead, brother, for the word enchantment.
Got it up?
No, you got it.
One of y'all got to look it up then.
I got it. Lot. I picked him in a certain verse. If you want in the Hebrew.
Yeah. Well, you can give me just the base definition.
Right, just regular enchantment. I'm gonna go right here and get it. To find this is Google definition of enchantment.
And you can bring out the Hebrew too. Okay. You know, if it's applicable,
yeah.
Bring it out. If it's not, just give me
the
base definition.
Yep. So enchantment is a sorry. 1 second. It's that Google AI trying to get. So it says a state of being under a spell.
The state of being under a spell. Now we just read about the word witchcraft. Now witchcraft is the use of what? Magic or spells, which is through supernatural forces to influence events, right? And that's what Esau is trying to do on the left-hand side with these different rituals, you know, putting it in the people's minds to do certain things, and then the sacrificing that they do on top of it, right? Like they'll sell children to these different freaks out in Hollywood or to these different other nations, and what they're doing with them is committing rituals, all right, taking away the innocence of a child, torturing them until, you know, they are able to extract what they call adrenochrome, you know, which they actually drink. This is all rituals that America and Esau, Edom, okay, is complicit in, okay?
Same word enchantment at the moment, it says and,
right?
And enchantment is a cast, you know, a form of English, so because it's in your mind.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Y'all brothers remember somebody put together a little clip where all the local news stations from different places were literally verbatim saying the same thing over and over and over again. I don't know if brothers remembered it, but they were all different news stations, and they were all saying the same thing.
And these rappers out here with these songs, they all saying the same thing.
They all saying the same thing.
Their enchantments.
Over and over and over again. They're basically promoting black culture or death. That's what they're promoting in these songs. Adultery, idolatry, homosexuality, all types of level of wickedness is in these songs.
Yeah, you even got the term backmasking or whatever, basically putting in words into the song, and then when you play it back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Saying like I seen Halsey.
Right, because they're attacking both your conscious mind and your subconscious mind. So they're planting things in the subconscious that come out later, you know, and you don't realize it's there until you start behaving a certain way. Because a lot of people, they don't reach a certain level of consciousness. So they're responding based upon all these influences that were already casted upon them. Because those are those different demons that's been indoctrinated into them or casted upon them. That's literally what it is. That's why they acting on these different impulses, where those are literally demons, laying both within the subconscious and the conscious mind. Now, the word consciousness simply means awakened or awoke to, right? So these people ain't awake to those things. You know, the demon tell them that they're doing it for one reason, while the demon is pulling all the strings based upon, you know, those different spells cast. And really, the Lord is the one that does that. The Lord is allowing these demons to have their way with these people because ultimately they got to be destroyed. Unless, right, you were Israelite, and as the scriptures say, you are converted and are healed. But in order for you to be converted and healed, like the brother mentioned about, this is not for all Israel. They can't get it. Why can't they get it? Because this thing is about the elect. And we know that faith cometh by hearing. So when an elect man or an elect woman hear the word, what happens? They're awoken to the truth. And that begins that process of renewing themselves in the faith.
Yeah. Also, I got the word for enchantment in the Hebrew. It says the Hebrew word for enchantment is chabar, and the definition is a magician, charmer, and spell. And then when you go down, it says in the Brown Jarber Briggs lexicon, definition 3, a spell, and then it says be alone of Babylonian magic.
Yeah, we said Chaldeans, you know, the high level, basically the wise ones, they were just witches. The wisest one in Babylon are the witches, a wicked priesthood, and they would, you know, as you have it in these times, the elite, they into occult or secret knowledge.
Yep.
They put these enchantments out on the rest of the people within the kingdom.
Yeah.
You know? Right.
And Slug, I want to read the precept too.
Yeah. Read the precept, yeah.
God, it says, of course, it's from Isaiah 47. So Isaiah 47 and 12. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries.
Right. Yeah, and this is to America, but the elite, which represent pushing this vibe to the people. All right, because America is the one, is that golden city, the well-favored harlot, all right, which pushes off these different idolatrous practices, philosophies for people to follow, worshiping of other gods other than the Lord.
Don't understand, like, okay, in the news, America looks like the good guy because they're spreading democracy, and democracy has taken on a very interesting fashion, right? When we talk about democracy, we talk about liberation, right? But liberating them from what exactly? That's the thing you got to ask yourself. And see, what these nations aren't considering, and some of them are puppet leaders anyways. See, that's another thing. That's another part of the witchcraft. Because what they'll do is they'll set up puppet leaders, right? They mingle themselves with the seed of men. They'll get in puppet leaders, right? Or they'll come over with their democracy, right? And what they're doing is getting them to sign these different contracts and put them further into debt, and they become basically indebted to America. That they that eat thy bread, right? So that's what you call economic terrorism. So they're persuading these different countries into that system through the IMF, right? Social and economic policy. And then if they don't get you there through their economics, then they bring their military. Okay? And most of the times, it's just it's a false operation with false pretenses. But to the American public, oh, we're there fighting a legitimate cause. Meanwhile, the residents of Mwai are getting $700, losing their property, loved ones and all, and Ukraine is still getting billions of dollars.
Gone.
But that's witchcraft, because people are like, support Ukraine. They don't even know why. They heard the mantra.
Right.
They seen a little bit of the fluff news. They didn't really do any research, and then they're putting the sticker on their car. Because these people here in America, they're very simple-minded. They're very simple-minded. But again, why? Because they're under a spell. They don't realize they're under a spell. But you say something, like even Esau knows this. He'll tell you. If you say something long enough, in particular a lie, if you say it long enough, people begin to believe it, right? And there's an expression for that. It's much easier to lie to a person than to get them to understand or accept that they've been lied to. When you try to convince them, no, you're living a lie, they're going to shun you. Nah. Go ahead. Normalcy bias, cognitive dissonance. You know, go ahead.
Gone. It says Isaiah 47:12, stand now with thine enchantments, and it's like, and it says, and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth, if so.
From the inception.
Yep.
Of the country of
Yeah, exactly.
America. Remember, these leaders
Founding fathers.
are Masons, Freemasons, right?
Right. Autumn Weishaupt.
Mhm.
Right. He had the plans, right? To try to institute the new world, or you have on your dollar bill, right? Novus Ordo Seclorum, Novus New Order Seclorum, right? World or age. Okay? So this is something that and then you look at the back of the dollar bill and you see an eagle. We know that this is the reemergence of the Roman Empire, right? They follow all the same customs. Is why you learn Roman numerals in your school system. Is why there's Roman numerals on the back of the dollar bill. Spells out 1776. This is why you have on the back of the dollar bill a pyramid. All right? Now, in Washington, you have something called an obelisk, and at the top of it is a pyramid. It's basically a memorial. They're remembering something. What are they remembering? Egypt. The customs of this place is all fashioned after the ways of these ancient kingdoms. Okay? Standing here, Salaki, brother, they're standing here with their enchantments. They're standing there, okay, from their youth, because their influence has spread throughout the world. They're trying to make all nations fall under the global American head, or under that hegemon of America through their system. Okay, whether it's democracy, whether it's their currency, they're trying to bring all nations into one. And that's something that these other nations in times past have done, right? During the time of Babylon, right, with Nimrod, trying to make all people speak one, right, be one of one language, right? All right, you fast forward that into the time of Antiochus, right? And they tried to get the people to consent to his religion, right? Cause the Israelites to fall from keeping their customs under the threat of what? Death, persecution. And there's a lot of that going on right now. This is why if you speak the Bible, right, you technically, according to the Poverty Law Center, an extremist. And now, the word extremist has an origin. Now, they say extremist with a negative connotation. The word extreme, or even radical, means to go to the origin of something and to stand on it. They're saying you're so far to a certain point because we're in opposition of what they're trying to push. That's all that it is. So they're using a word that they can shame you with, you know, ridicule you with. All right? But we stand on the biblical principles. And for them, that's extreme. That's what they deem as extreme. But when you go into the root of those words, okay, it's not a negative connotation. But they're trying to make it a negative connotation. They have something called newspeak, where they take a word and they give it all these other different definitions outside of its original origin and source. That's why you got to go into words. All right? Because what they're saying into the public mind eye, oh, that's extreme. That's something that shouldn't be tolerated. When you go to the root of the word, it just simply means that we're standing on something, okay, that is in opposition to what they were trying to push. But then what are they trying to push? Because wouldn't that be considered extreme? When you telling one group of people that you can't believe in traditional values, biblical principle, but another group, you're telling them that they're supposed to basically have all the rights and freedoms in the world and nobody can say anything bad about you, or they're going to, you know, lock you up. Or at least, because if you say something, you harm that person, it's not just like a simple altercation. It could be considered a hate crime. A hate crime carries a greater sentence, greater penalty. Why? Because they're a protected class. You know? But anyway, I said all that to say that when the scriptures say, stand there now with thine enchantments, they're trying to get to the whole world to come under that banner of one, under that new world order. Specifically with the Seahit. Okay? trying to get everybody in league to take that C hit, because that's going to be the new way of life, essentially. You know, it ain't going to be central banking the way that we're used to with paper currency. It's going to be through the RFID microchip, which is the mark of the beast. That's the way you're going to authenticate yourself. That's the way you're going to operate within society. Like China has a social credit system. All right? And these are things we all go into, but you know, you never know who's hearing this for the first time, so we go back over the material, you know, plant the seeds so they could do the research. But you said you wanted to bring something else out on that?
Yeah, so for the word enchantment, of course, it's a Hebrew word chabar within Isaiah 47:12. And then it says one of the definitions is in incantation.
Yep.
Yeah. And then when you get the definition for incantation, it's a series of words said as a magic spell or charm.
Yeah, you know, say of course, you know, certain thing, like obviously to activate something, they're gonna say a certain amount of words, and then that's what it is. Like how we pray to the Lord on the right hand, that's of course a spell too. You know, we cast, you know, praying to the Lord, I need this. It's a, you know, Kara, calling out, you know, and we want what? An actual outcome from it. So remember, things are double one to another. Just how the people on the left hand, remember you go back to the ancient Egypt with the different, what, Janus and Jambres and all that? Them other sorcerers, they was, yeah, having their, Moses was battling back and forth with them with the rod. And this snake, his rod ate their rod, but their rod was able to turn to a snake. So, you know, you have the left and the right, and it looked very similar. But you got to know what God is coming from. We have the God of the Bible, the Lord. The true name is Yahweh in the Hebrew, which means he is or exists. And Yahweh Hashem is in the name of Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is he the deliverer, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. Thus the name. When we say Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, that's a series of words being uttered, which will what? Access and grant wishes what we want.
Well, exactly. So I mentioned the word extreme, so I just want to fact check.
Yeah.
I was right, but, you know, we go into these things. For extreme, it literally means the opposite ends of anything. So we standing on one side, they standing on another side. They're classifying us extreme while they're shoving all their agendas down our throat and calling us the problem. Right, because why? There's a great persecution that's going to come on the Israelites. Because we're the ones making a stir and a buzz around the world, because we're the ones telling the world the entire truth. Right? We're not holding nothing back. We're telling the nations what their future is. Okay? Now, I just want to get the word now for radical, because that's another term that they try to use. Exactly, origin, that's what I said. But we're just going to get it. So the word radical meaning originating in the root or ground. So what's our root as Israelites? Is it listening to the damn devil? Is it listening to the UN? Is it to listen to the freaking World Health Organization? Is it to listen to this devil, Dr. Fauci? Is it Donald Trump? We're supposed to listen to Donald Trump? We're supposed to listen to Joe Biden? No, we're supposed to go back to the scriptures. That's the origin for us. That's our origin. So when they call us radical, oh, that's terrible. No, it just means the origin of something. Now they're trying to use it as a demon, as something to demonize, or a term of demonization, I should say. Excuse me. So we hit those two words. I want to hit those two words real quick, in case anybody thought that I was making something up. You got to go into these things. See, the more you're ignorant, the more they're able to take advantage of you. So you got to know words. You got to know why they're using those specific terms. So I think we can keep the spirit going. Whatever y'all, just keep the spirit going.
I got it.
Keep it going.
I got now, preset. You want to go back to Isaiah?
Yeah.
Go on.
And then you also read.
Yeah, because brothers were talking about the different ways and the philosophy, well, the spiritual fornication. The spiritual fornication is a direct result because these people are under the vibration of Satan, the adversary. But now, who's the physical counterpart for the spiritual demon Satan? Esau, Edom. So our people are following the customs and the ways of the Edomites, who were following the customs and the ways of ancient kingdoms past. because they're trying to revitalize those same demonic energies. Brother mentioned I don't know where the brother went, but he mentioned Christmas being a Babylonian custom, right? But now we celebrate it today. We know it as Christmas. We don't use a palm tree, we use a pine tree. That's written in Jeremiah, what, the 10th chapter. Learn not the way to heat. I think that when we rolled up, that's what y'all brothers were going into, right? Yeah, man. So it's all interconnected. See, the scriptures have all types of different moving parts. There's intricacies, right? But it's all in sync, right? Yeah, many layers here.
Hey, so we can run away when no man is chasing them.
You know,
but the godly are a foe that's lying.
And we being bold as a lion because we declaring the ministry.
I want to ask you a question.
Nah, no questions for you.
I see. I told you to eat you up.
Brother,
They out here just taking up space because they can't afford a room to go.
Brother, I just want to say, y'all look alike. What is the argument about?
Ask him.
You want to ask him, bro?
No, the lost tribe of Judah. That's who we are.
Thank you.
No, we the lost tribe of Judah.
Look at him.
But I want to say something. If you're arguing with each other, I just want to know what y'all arguing.
Look,
Yeah, you know what?
y'all can't even answer this man's
about
question.
the debate scripture. So
They can't even answer his question, and he recognized that we the tribe. Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all talking.
Nobody knows.
Proverbs 28:1.
There you go.
The wicked run away when no one is chasing them, but the godly are a foe that's lying.
I don't even know that dude. So why you hugging on that dude?
That's pure niggerdom right there. Pure niggerdom.
He's wasting time. He don't even know that dude. Like, he's drunk. He's drunk. Like, he's not exactly.
That dude might get him in as far as fucking. Hey, that's some weird shit.
Hey,
That's some weird shit.
Hey, this is what the prophets got to deal with, man. You know, nonsense.
This is another day in the office.
Right, exactly. This is all to
That's
just
some weirdo shit.
edify the body, you know? Because we understand that there's going to be the elect who going to
That's
get
confusion.
it, and there's going to be
That's
2/3
just
that ain't
all
going to get it.
confusion.
And he's just another walking example, another walking prime example of a 2/3, man. Yep.
Where is he going, though? He even took a picture of us.
He let us control him, kept walking away, coming back.
When we're putting it on the tape, we don't even care.
Anything that makes us look bad, he'll go with, no matter what.
Yep.
It don't matter. It matter if the boy be 90% wrong, 10% right. Oh yeah, exactly. See?
Yep.
The lost tribe of Judah. No, we the lost 12 tribes of
Israel.
Not just
He
one
don't even know what
tribe.
he's talking about. Stop
Right.
listening to anything that you
He
see
gotta
on
be on
TV.
drugs, some mental health issue.
Yeah, he's through.
Right? You know, it tells you that 2/3 would not receive the Spirit. Well, you read in Matthew about the old wine, the
Yeah,
brother
new
read it?
bottle.
The new wine, the old bottles.
Yeah.
Okay. And the scriptures say you ain't supposed to be
Screaming, you're supposed
debating with
Oh,
the
yeah,
prophets.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we're here to teach.
Well, remember, I tried to
We're
get
here
him.
to teach you that. We're not. Give me that scripture.
I tried to get him the
Ecclesiastes
correction, and he didn't want to.
5:1.
Debating being wicked. Say again.
I said I tried to explain that to him.
Right.
He
But
he asked a question.
right. He wants questions
But
answered in a certain
he
manner.
wants to answer
In a
that
certain
cater
way.
to him.
Exactly.
And we're not doing that.
That's what he wants.
We're not doing that.
I saw you kind of shunning him. I'm like, why is he shunning him? Because he saw the spirit on him was a spirit of stupidity. That's what the brother did, was avoiding, answering him. But then we answered him, and we got what? More stupidity.
Yeah. Yep.
But he's insignificant. He's just a confusion, waste of time demon.
Yep.
All right, it's plenty. We dealt with plenty of those guys. he didn't prove anything that he came with to prove. He didn't teach us anything. He wasted a bunch of fucking time, and that's fine. All right?
Maybe that dude
Still walking
got
down
it.
the street when it was good. He came.
Yeah, he might
we left.
lure him
got
into
him
an
out of
abandoned
there.
house
Good.
in Richard Island and bust him
Did he go to that
That's good. That was the Lord right there.
He might lure him into a basement and set him up
I'm telling
and rob him.
nothing.
All right?
So it's fine.
Got us.
You got that precept for a reason.
tall, you can't
The one you reference?
Yeah.
Shalom.
When I
Yeah, the debate on
Endless
Oh, Amapa got it.
foolish unlearned questions, legit. Oh,
I think Paul may
Hold
have,
up.
may have said that.
it's I got the other one. Hold up.
But in the meantime, give me Ezekiel 3rd chapter, Ezekiel 3.
Yeah, he's still walking with us all the way down.
Damn.
Ezekiel 3.
Ezekiel 3.
Well, he doesn't understand that we are living in the last days, and Amalek, he had a plan to put mental retarded people like him in concentration camps.
Timothy's.
concentration camps. They're going to
that's
he
what
gonna
I
take
got.
he definitely gonna take the implant,
Yep.
or they might just kill
Timothy
him.
one?
If he's
Housley?
resisting and like getting all
Second Timothy
rambunctious like that, they're just gonna erase him. He's one of them dudes that they have in the Beautiful Vendetta, those impoverished, low-income people, mentally retarded. They were doing experiments on them in the movie, injecting them with drugs. He's one of those types. He's the type that they late at night, they kidnap people and shit, they put them in the back of trucks and then they harvest their organs and shit. That's one of those guys. All right, put them in slavery, traffic them and shit. Because they ain't got no family. He's gonna get caught up in some demonic shit like that.
I believe I got the precept that you were asking
for. This is Romans 1 and verse 28. I'm gonna start at. And even as they did not like to retain the power in their knowledge.
He thinks he's over us.
Yep.
Because he wants answers, questions answered in a certain way.
Yep.
You know.
He said the name of God is Baal.
He's a fucking demon.
Yeah, that nigga said.
And what I told him, he didn't.
The word Baal means.
Right. Right.
He's like, oh, he just corrected you. This dude is cool.
Right.
I asked him a very specific
keep running
question
his mouth.
That required a specific answer. You didn't answer. So you proved my point. You proved nothing, and you proved everything we were saying in the spirit. Because the spirit's what is operating within us. That's why I said the spirit of the Lord will not dwell within a malicious soul. That man is malicious. He's malicious, man. Okay?
You said y'all had a teacher, right?
He arguing for
yeah, fucked him up.
He arguing for the purpose of himself.
Right.
And whatever self-serving
he felt
agenda he has.
disrespected.
It's not about truth at this point for him.
Right.
It's not about actually settling anything. That's why he came with more contention, more strife, yelling, hooting, hollering, dancing around, coming back, leaving. But those are the demons animating him too. Right.
About some
What are y'all arguing for? We tried a long time with Judah.
Well, that's another wicked one
demon,
uprooting anything he may have received.
Yeah.
Just sealing it.
They're always arguing. Nobody's working to actually solve the problems. They just look at it as it's me versus you instead of them versus the problem. They don't have the mentality to actually work on themselves.
Yep.
If you can't work on yourself, you have no business being in a relationship. You're just going to bring double the confusion, contention into the household. Better for y'all to live apart and work on each other individually, see each other on the weekend.
What are y'all arguing about?
We all the same.
Y'all niggas just come and try to side with the people in the audience. Like, people always do this stupid shit.
He came with that.
Like, you could have sided with us, but you're going to side with one random
Yeah,
dude.
he came with
Right.
that.
Well, and that's the crazy thing, because he asked us
What the argument was about, just to simply disagree with us. Why don't you ask the guy you're trying to save?
You already had an answer already.
Right, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, we were just going into how we are made a spectacles to the world, and the example came right up.
Yep.
Con.
You see how he was looking at us? Remember before? He was like marveling,
Loading up.
holding his hand up.
What are y'all arguing about?
Yeah, it's crazy because
What are
every
y'all-
day we were speaking, he was agreeing,
Yeah.
so-called co-signing with
Yeah, right.
everything. Then he started trying to ask all these,
I could
these
tell
questions.
I could tell he was full of shit. I could see it in his face.
I got a question.
I could see it in his face. And then he wants to know why I don't want to look at him. Why the fuck do I want to keep looking at you? Why do I want to keep looking into your face?
He looked crazy.
You're not supposed to want to engage demons.
Yeah.
That's not a tribute.
Lock
That don't mean
eyes.
you're tough.
I'm
Or
good.
that don't mean that you have a high level of understanding, a strong spirit, because you're looking at a
Yeah,
demon.
looking in his eye.
You know?
Yeah,
Looking
what you
into my
wanna-
eye. What kind of weirdo shit is
remember
that?
the dude?
Looking in the eye.
Remember the dude that had the? Remember the dude that
I
had
know, he
the?
probably wants some validation.
Syrian-
trying to turn us
on
to stone and
Market
shit.
Street, you try to get his look into his eyes and shit.
Yeah, look into my eyes,
They
buddy.
got it from a Scarface.
Yeah,
Watching too
fucking
much of
demon,
Scarface.
man.
Look at
Lucky.
Lucky.
Yeah, go.
Back in Romans 1 and 28, it says, and even as they did not like to retain the power and the knowledge, the Most High gave them over to a reprobate mind, to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness.
But don't.
Right. Fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness. Slaggy brother, I got excited, I kind of spit. Full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity,
He had a slow motion.
whispers.
He can't,
Slaggy.
like, more more than one person speaks, he gets confused.
Yeah, he was waiting. He's like,
he's like, oh shit, one person y'all learn in school, right? Motherfucker, you don't know what we learn in school. You know?
Right.
So everybody got, one person got to speak, other person got to speak. Everybody's got to be totally silent. Like this dude's, I mean,
and then when one spoke to soak, he wouldn't accept it.
He said he the one talking about we in school, but the pupil don't know how to be quiet. And so you get rid of a guy like that. You dismiss, man. You literally holding up the class. And then he had a problem with that. But anyway,
So that means he studied this. He watched Hebrew.
He mentioned
came out here to confront us.
Who Amalek?
Because he identified with Gad.
Right.
So he watched. So he came out here to confront us.
But he ain't really all that study, because you can tell he has bits and pieces.
Yeah, he probably watched.
The doctrine got to cater. He one of them guys. Doctrine got to cater to him. Yeah. You know, he literally cherry picking spiritually. I'll take some of this. I'll take a little bit of that, and then he made his own doctrine.
He had his large nostrils too.
Like a horse.
Fucking large nostrils when you snort cocaine.
He like Ludacris and Murder together.
He had large nostrils.
You notice like that demon, he was contradicting himself because it was like he was like, we didn't write this, but then he's saying we're the true Israelites, or he's saying the fake Jews, which is obviously Esau. So it's just like what you're saying is making no sense. This book is about one people.
Right. I like to have debates when we're logical. Have different points, but like be logical. Understanding. Give place to wrath every once in a while, but he was just completely out of fucking range.
It's like we had a construction site, brothers over here laying concrete, and this nigga just stomping all over the fucking shit and leaving a mess. Yeah, man, like what the hell? Like spiritually, we building. The word edify, which is what we set up to do, means to build. So we trying to build, and this dude over here just trying to dismantle everything.
He's gonna walk right past. He
probably killed the nigga and came back.
He probably stuffed him in the trunk.
I
got a little more on this. I got more on this. This is Romans 1, and reading back at the latter end of 29, it says, "Fool." Right. It says, "Full of envy, murder, debate."
Envy, murder, debate. All you want to do is fucking debate because he's indigenous. He's on top of Gad. What God mean? What Lord mean? He just wanted to argue.
Right. And the word.
Full of debate.
Right. The alternative word in the NLT is quarreling. To quarrel. Yeah. Right, and if no edification is coming out of this guy. We coming out the scriptures, he coming out his own mind. We actually edifying. Every time he was saying something, a brother was reading the scripture. Then we have to talk over you, and then you try to turn it around on us like that's all we doing is talking. Like the brother had mentioned earlier, what happens is, or how the process goes is, a brother reads a line in the precept and then he elaborates on it. It shows that he's not a teacher. He's not a teacher. So reading on, it says, I'm going to read to the end. Backbiters, haters of the Most High, despiteful. You see his being very despiteful. Proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents. Now he kept calling us young, but actually, spiritually, we are older than you. We or your spiritual father, whether you like that or not.
And if we had read any of this stuff to him, he would have rejected it.
Oh yeah. But remember, he act like a little damn right.
Black woman.
He act like a little immature child who just got told that he can't do something.
Walking around.
It says, without understanding.
Oh, up there too? Another one? They got two.
Without understanding, covenant breakers, and I'm sure he did some of that, right? He said he was going to not do something and he ended up doing it, and vice versa, right? We could apply it there, But he would never really a part of this thing anyway, ultimately, because this thing is a commitment. When you actually have the truth, you have a commitment to the truth. So the people that are considered covenant breakers, meaning you were once a part of this thing and then you left. You violated your agreement, right? Because the scriptures say those that endure the same shall be saved. All right. Also, it is written that any man putting forth his hand to the plow and looking back is not fit to the kingdom. He ain't even touched the plow yet. You know?
Right, yeah, you never know.
Well, that's true. That's true. Because he has a little bit, but it's not really there. It's not really there. So where did he get all that from? Like the brother was saying earlier, just like you said. Yep. Yeah, so that makes him a covenant breaker. Without natural affection, right? Heartless, implicable, right? Unmerciful. He's trying to make it seem like we were unmerciful to him. Who knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. So, yeah.
So, but hopefully, you take the chip and Esau start experimenting on his ass. Yep. So,
well,
locked in a room, and then they're going to start injecting him with different types of drugs.
He said the white man is a myth. Did he say that? Okay.
We didn't know that.
Yeah.
He crazy.
But if you would have asked him,
he gonna magnify that point as an argument point.
He didn't need to say that.
Right.
He didn't need to say that. Again, he was just making it a point of contention, trying to mince words. But if we would have asked him, well, who were the white people then today? What would he have told us? Japhet? What would you have? We're using modern terminology to describe certain things that people understand. Not everybody necessarily understands Edomite. Okay? So once we say that, and the brother did say so-called, but once we say that, then we can elaborate further. Those are the Edomites today. But you wouldn't even let us get that out.
Trying to shut up the word.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, brothers got the last couple of precepts. So,
Judge. Yeah. This 1 Corinthians 14 and verse 27. If a man speak in an unknown tongue, let it be by two, or at most by three, and that by course, and let one interpret. But if there be no interpreter, let him keep silence in the church, and let him speak to himself, to the Most High.
You see this shit?
You arguing with them?
No, this nigga with his asshole out.
Street socket. Verse 28, these people threw out here. But if there be no interpreter, let him keep silence in the church, and let him speak to himself and to the power. Let the prophet speak 2 or 3, and let the other judge. If anything be revealed to another that sitteth by, let the first hold his peace. For ye may all prophesy one by one, that all may learn and all may be comforted.
All right, so you're supposed to remain silent and submit to the teachings of your teacher. Now, he don't have to. He said he in public and all that. That's fine, but hey, we ain't going to get nowhere if you don't follow the rules. All right? And his point was not to get anywhere. His point was just to make his point. All right, that was his point, to make his point. And that's it.
Yeah. This is 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 7. It says, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth.
Yeah, he never explained anything. He never learned anything. King James, he authorized the Bible. Then he still didn't say he wrote it. He's an old fool.
He was just nitpicking at everything he supposedly learned.
Yep, nitpicking.
He thought he knew something.
Because he said, what you say is something.
And he got offended that we weren't kind to him. Fuck him. So he's going to be judged. He's going to get his reward. Right, but
it says, now as James and Jambres withstood Moses.
Yep, that's what he was doing to us.
Yep, that's right. So do these also resist the truth. Men of corrupt minds reprobate concerning the faith.
Word of judgment. Yeah, because he's basically a wild beast, a wild animal.
It says, but they shall proceed no further, for their folly shall be manifest unto all men, as theirs also was.
Right, yeah, his folly, He was walking by, So we said, him that is a fool walketh by, showeth everyone that he is a fool. If he kept walking and walking back and going in circles, going over the east side, he's a damn fool. That was a destacable, he was a damn fool. He was a destacable fool.
Yeah, he basically showed his nakedness, man. He showed himself to be ashamed. Like, that's a shameful person. And earlier we were talking about basically, you know, when camp kind of first started, we were basically talking about learn not the way of the heathen. That's a heathen man right there.
It's a pure 2/3. Yeah. And that's why we say 2/3 gotta go, man. You mean to tell me the Most High want to save these niggas? Hell no, man. The Most High going to eradicate that nigga, man. Okay? When that time comes. And what he did, he just sealed his fate any day. That's all he did.
Look, Yahweh sent him up here to get judged. All right? All he can act crazy, act stupid, bring a bunch of confusion. I mean, like, Lord recorded it. No help. Lord recorded it, and he gonna get his judgment soon. All right? He might die when he go to shoot up or smoke crack. Or whatever drug he on. He might die from an overdose. He might get robbed tonight, being out too late. All right? So the Lord got a judgment set for him, no matter what. All right? You think he can just come up here and disrespect the prophets, talk a bunch of shit? All right? Right. That's probably the Lord allowed him to do it. So he sealed his fate. Like the Lord allowing like women to be crazy and act stupid, because the Lord going to seal their fate. They're not going to get help in the last day, the time of Jacob's trouble. They're not going to receive any help. Well, there's no cloak for their sins. We tried, we explained it, and they ain't getting it. So we moving on. Go.
Yeah, I mean that type of behavior the Lord tolerates only up until a certain point, as it is written, because judgment is not against this evil work is not executed speedily, right? Yep. Doesn't mean it won't be executed at all. It's just deferred. So they gon' get it in real time at the appointed time. You know?
Crush him. That's what the Lord will crush him. Time of Jacob's trouble, he gonna be begging for bread. Especially if he live in North Philly, he gonna his whole area gonna be.
You said crushing is the scripture in the Apocrypha that says, "Who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at the Lord's presence?" Yep.
Yeah, 13.
That dude's gonna get beaten to fucking powder.
Yeah, and well, the Lord said that if whomsoever he shall not have reign over them, shall be paraphrase, should be grinding the bones in the powder. So he didn't want to take heed to the word. He didn't want to submit. The scriptures say in 1 Corinthians 11:1, you're supposed to take heed to the ordinances as we deliver them to you, not argue with us back and forth. That's not in the scriptures. If you do that, then you condemnation.
Mm-hmm. Right? You didn't receive the love of the truth.
Right.
That you should believe. You know, you were sent strong delusions. Con, I got.
This is Matthew 15 and 14. Let them alone. That's why we didn't want to talk to them. They be blind leaders of the blind. That's why the other guy came to get them. He's trying to teach whoever, because he's not teaching out here. And if they lead the blind, both should fall into the ditch. They're not going anywhere.
Oh yeah, the random nigga.
Yeah.
What y'all arguing about?
Yeah,
he was
just there like.
Yeah, then he come back going around the car, going that way.
Yeah, he ain't want to deal no more. He ain't want to deal no more.
Yeah, he probably had nothing left to say after he took a walk around the block with that guy. He's like, I see what the problem is now. Well, what does he have to say at that point? I got another slock. Was there more on that?
Yeah, I heard it.
Was there more on that, brother?
No, that was it.
Okay. This is Luke chapter 20, verse 17. It says, "And he beheld them and said, What is this then that is written? The stone which the builders rejected, the same is become the head of the corner. Whosoever shall fall upon that stone shall be broken, but on whomsoever it shall fall, it will grind him to powder." Right.
You're going to get a judge. It's a matter of time. All right?
Remember, we represent the Lord, but technically you rejected the stone, the chief cornerstone. Our foundation is built off of Yahweh Shai. We are the representatives of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. So you're going to get grinded.
Yeah.
attention. Can't even
Taking
see him that much.
details and shit.
His
this shit was
He
through.
telling that brother you have nothing to do with the school. Telling, man, that dude's fucked up. All right, that's all I had.
I ain't gonna talk about your teeth. He had a grenade that blew up in his mouth.
Yeah, right.
That's crazy.
Yeah, teeth was like falling out his mouth almost.
Right, he talking about we acting like women, like the fucking very tactics of a woman. The very tactic of a woman is to ridicule you and shame you into submission. That's what he wanted to. He wanted to try to like ridicule and shame us into submission.
The Lord said he was moved. Yeah. That's he got emotional.
Yeah.
Hey, as long as
But then
I ain't
it's
go
like-
upside your damn head.
You notice though, Salakia, brother, but then you notice when you give it back to a woman, she can't take it. She has a breakdown. Well, this motherfucker had a nervous breakdown in front of us. That's why he all over the place.
Yeah. I mean,
nervous breakdown.
yeah, I mean, scriptures say a double-minded man is unstable
all his
in
ways.
his ways.
I read all those precepts brothers basically read. I quoted to him, and it fulfilled in the spirit. I told him, no man, when the wicked flee, when no man pursue it, and he was already out of here, brothers. Fit spiritually, his ass was gone.
Yeah, I told him he was through. He gave me why y'all arguing? You gave him a fucking exit.
Remember, but that proves the
Yeah.
scriptures where it says that the adversary cannot gainsay nor resist.
Jeremiah 25:33. And the slain of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua shall be at that day from one end of the earth even unto the other end of the earth, and they shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. All right. So both of those niggas, the Judah dude with the CD players, the dude with the all the mouth, they're gonna be. They shall be dung upon the ground. All right. When you go to Jeremiah 25, it says when Peter's the beginning my house sanctuary.
Yeah,
I'm paraphrasing, and it says Jeremiah 25 and 18. It says, to wit, Jerusalem and the cities of Judah and the kings thereof and the princes thereof, to make them a desolation and an astonishment and a hissing and a curse, as it is this day. So he's cursed. The reason why he's acting so goddamn crazy, because he's under the curse of Deuteronomy 28th chapter. All right, that dude's out of his goddamn mind. We got
First Peter
17 verse. Let me read one verse. Then took I the cup of the Lord's hand and made all the nations to drink, unto whom the Lord had sent me or sent us. He drank out of that cup. And time to get trouble, he gonna drink the rest of it. When the new fire comes, he gonna drink all of it. But he drinking it right now. He's sipping it right now. Go ahead.
This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17. It says, for the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High?
Definitely not obeying the gospel. He didn't appear to come up and run his damn mouth like that. If the other standing by, he's supposed to keep silent. But take heed to what the problem. That's okay. He can act like a crazy street dude, whatever how he want, but he's gonna be judged for that in due time. We have patience and faith that's going to happen. Hopefully, one of us see it. All right, got more?
And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
So we got no hope. In other words, we got no hope. So if you're not even taking heed to the words as the prophets teach, you got no help, no chance whatsoever to be saved. None whatsoever. If the righteous scarcely be saved, that means how we are the elect. If we're gonna make it by the skin of our teeth, so to speak, 2/3 of Israel has no chance. Bugged out jakes like that have absolutely no chance of survival. Before even the missiles come, the nuclear fire comes, just the famine, cities being cut off. All right, the cities being cut off are going to totally humble a lot of these Israelites, and some of them are going to get even crazier.
I'll go as far as saying this in the spirit. When it comes to these different nations, you Israelites are the least likely to be able to survive off the system. That's how dependent you are on it.
Bigger cities.
So like the brother said, you're going to definitely be without hope. But a lot of y'all gonna take that. You gonna take that mark. You gonna take that Quran. You know?
So already kidnapped children, murderers. We'll tell you that in Wisdom Solomon, murderers of children.
Right. Well, we read that.
So already do that already.
Yeah, we read that in the book of Nahum, the 3rd chapter. Who selling nations through her? Con.
Well, it says the same precept, which Babylon, America, the glittering spear or sword.
Yeah.
That is the nuclear fire. All right, the glittering, the lightning. I believe it means lightning when you look it up. All right, that's going to totally incinerate America, Babylon. All right. Yeah. The lightning sword. All right. The nations didn't have that. Until the multitude of slain, no end of their corpses. That didn't happen yet. All right. That's about to happen. All right.
Yeah, I just got something real quick. Malachi chapter 4 verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble.
That's the fire the Lord's going to bring. The nuclear fire the Lord's going to bring to totally consume Babylon, America. Yep.
And it says, in the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Lowest bottom where it was polluted, all the way up to the highest heaven where it's polluted. It's going to be totally consumed with fire. America. So the majority of those missiles were made to destroy Babylon, America. All right, that's the weapons of the Lord's indignation.
Right. That's also where it says, though hand join hand. There you go. Both shall be thrust through. What's the both? The Edomites, along with any nation, including you wicked Israelites, who have joined themselves to the ways of America or the ways of the Edomites in general. You're going to have all of. That's why no wicked shall remain. Just like the foundations where wickedness was are going to be cleansed with that fire, but those that were committing those evil acts are going to be consumed as well. It's going to be all evil shall be put out. All right, and then for the rest of the nations that are remaining, okay, right? Because you in America and you weren't an elect of the nation of Israel, right? You're going to be totally burnt the hell up. But there's certain places that aren't going to be necessarily touched by that fire. So you of the other nations, you going into captivity. If we come and deal with an Israelite that's putting up resistance after the destruction took place, you're going to be put to death, man. Some of y'all might get healed and converted. We'll see. But if you come to the prophets in the fullness of the Lord's power with resistance, it ain't going to be tolerated, man. You know? Luke 19. They that would not have that I shall reign over them, bring hither enslaved. Yep, come on. Go ahead. That's all I got.
All right, this is in 1 Kings, because he was talking about how the Lord is not sarcastic or anything like that. There's no sarcasm in the Bible. This is 1 Kings chapter 18 verse, I'm going to go to verse 26. I'm going to go to 25. And Elijah said unto the prophets of Baal, choose you one bullock for yourselves and dress it first, for ye are many, and call on the name of your gods, but put no fire under. And they took the bullock which was given them, and they dressed it, and called on the name of Baal from morning even until noon, saying, O Baal, hear us. But there was no voice nor any that answered. And they leaped upon the altar which was made. And it came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked them and said, cry aloud, for he is a power, either he is talking or he is pursuing.
Right. I called for it earlier and it came out. You got to bring the scriptures out that we call. So that's sarcasm. All right. But he wouldn't have received it anyway. He wouldn't, like you said, he wouldn't have comprehended it because he crack at it. Right.
And it says, and it came to pass at noon that Elijah mocked him and said, cry aloud, for he is a power, either he is talking or he is pursuing, or he is in a journey, or peradventure he sleepeth and must be awakened.
There you go. So how much did he know? He don't know nothing. He just is an old fool. All right, of confusion. All right, that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
What do you got?
I got one.
This is Deuteronomy 28 and 28. Yeah. This is what happened to that guy. The Lord shall smite thee with madness.
Right, I was just thinking about, Deuteronomy 28 chapter. Smite thee with madness, because he's fucking clearly insane.
You got to see Amalek, and now he started doing drugs.
Exactly.
He said, and blindness, and astonishing of heart. So he's under the curses. Clearly see it.
Yeah, and Esau look at him like he's like the scum on his shoe. And they see a dick that act like that, look like that, scum on his shoe. All right? He gave the nation a bad name.
That's it.
This is Jeremiah 4 and 22.
We're going this way too. Yep. Go ahead, read.
Jeremiah 4 and 22, it says, my people is foolish.
Right.
They have not known me.
Yep.
They are childish children, and they have not understanding.
No understanding, okay? None whatsoever. All he was going to do is debate. Debate. All right? When he's supposed to be getting involved in a bunch of damn debates. All right?
They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge.
He's just confusion. He's one of his way. So, the hell with him. He'll be in the next high holy day, Sabbath days. We'll put curses up on 2/3 of Israel. Well, we do that daily anyway. Yeah. Every time we think about some wicked shit Jake been doing, they have a curse. They have a curse. Well, the Lord got a curse on them. All right, they already under curse anyway. So, what do you got?
Yeah, it's 1 Timothy 4:12. Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example.
Well, he's not even in authority to make a statement like that. All right? Y'all, what the hell does that even mean?
He was saying something about respect your elders.
Yeah, I always respect the damn fool.
You're not an elder.
Yeah, go read.
It says, but be thou an example of the believers in the word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, and in faith and purity. Yeah, so, let no man despise thy youth. Like I say,
we're reborn.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're reborn in the Holy Spirit.
Yep.
All right, so we're not doing the shit and the stupid. You're indigenous. Tribe of Gad, and you might be tribe of Gad. I don't know. All right, but the point is, we're the teachers. All right, you got a question, we'll answer your questions. But if we think you a fool, then you might come back next week, or we might not even deal with you.
I just wanted to say one thing, because I was just thinking about how he made the statement that America isn't a person, and he was saying that we kept using the term that America did this is from his point of view. America has done this, America has done that. Well, he wasn't really listening, because if he was, he would understand that America is the modern day Roman Empire, and they have the influence of the world right now. So when we use America in those terms and in that context, we're talking about the stronghold of America on these other lesser nations, and they hold the influence or the height of the hill on the rest of the world. But there's a particular nation, brother, there's a particular nation who rules behind the scenes, right? I.e. the different banking elite who are pulling all the strings, but they use America as a tool at their disposal, economically and militarily. Now, had he just been quiet, we could have gotten to that. But But I'm just saying, in conclusion, right? Like, and Jake is that simple that we were saying these things, and it was going right over his head. For him to say America isn't a person, well, no shit. But who rules America? We went into Job 9:24. We were trying to break it. Well, we did break it down, but for him it wasn't resonating. But for whoever was able to hear it, they got it. Whoever was able to receive it, they got it. It's a particular nation of people that is known in the scriptures as the wicked. Those are the Edomites, and the Edomites took over this land. We're in captivity under the Edomites. Okay, it's not necessarily so much a physical slavery, but as a mental one. Remember, the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but are spiritual, okay, through the pulling down of strongholds. And this is how a lot of our people are entangled within the, ways of America. Psychologically, mentally. When they're choosing this system above keeping the commandments and building themselves up in the faith of their real power, which is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. know, so that's all. I had that thought, you know, and I just wanted to elaborate on it. You know?
If the nigga wanted to go deep, America is a person. Legal terms.
Well, you know, that is true.
So
it goes back to Amerigo Vespucci.
Exactly.
That's how America derived.
Epic.
But he would have had something stupid to say even if we went into that.
Right, yeah.
So,
Was he like a pseudo-Moor or something?
Yeah.
He was like a pseudo-Moor or some shit.
Like,
That's it, yeah, that's it.
you got precept?
This is the book of Proverbs 19 and 29. It says, judgments are prepared for scorners and stripes for the back of fools. So he was a scorner and a fool, man.
That dude was judgment, yeah, so judgment, you're going to come to him. All right? You know, he's a special fool. That's it.
Oh, God, yeah.
That's the precept you had?
Yeah, that's the spirit, yeah.
You got something?
no. I was just mentioning that the Lord speaks in 2s and 3s. That's why we read a scripture, and then a brother down there say, oh, I got a precept, and it's the same precept.
Yeah.
Because that's the spirit. That's the Lord speaking in 2s and 3s. Go ahead.
It's a body.
Gone. This 2nd Ezra, chapter 9 and 11. It says, and they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was opened unto them, understood not, but despised it. Yeah, because you know, that guy came up here, obviously, if he would have just listened, he would have understood. I mean, obviously, you know, it would have moved him to repent, right? If he would have listened, he would have understood to basically take into account to what we're saying.
You can't tell him that. He's an old boss. You can't teach him. So everything we would have said, he'd have been like, oh, nope.
Well,
he would have had an answer for it.
I heard him, and you could tell by the way he came up. He didn't come up to listen. He came up to you know, basically try to
debate.
He wanted to spew his rhetoric, and that's all. That's all came down. He didn't want to listen.
He wanted to challenge us,
exactly,
see what we knew.
Yeah, exactly. He thought he knew more than us. All right. You know, he thought he knew something. That's why we're trying to ask. You know, who wrote the Bible, and like ask these. You know, yeah.
Authorized version.
Yeah.
This is like 20 years too late.
Yeah, I already know.
20 years ago. They've been asking that 20 years ago.
You're on a low level and shit.
Yeah, that dude was completely misinformed and try to you know, spew his rhetoric on us. So you know.
That's why there's a missile waiting for him. He gonna get it right then.
Yeah, he'll be in the kingdom coming through. Oh yeah, remember when I was acting crazy that day? Yeah.
Well, he gonna have his head down. He gonna walk by these brothers, myself, and he gonna have his head all the way down.
Niggas bite.
Second Ezra chapter 9 and 11, and they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was opened unto them, understood not, but despised it, the same must know it after death by pain.
Via Esau and his drugs and microchips. That's how you're gonna learn. All right? He's a prime candidate for the implant. A prime candidate for welfare system and help.
He kept talking about the European master.
Yeah. I'm like, what the hell is he even talking about?
Yeah, the Lord sealed his fate, basically. When whatever previous life he served, he went to the spiritual world, and the Lord sealed it into his mind to act a fool, to come this time around and get that judgment of a missile or starvation of a famine. All right, or like the brother said, experimentation. Remember, the tender mercies of this man is cruel, so he got it set up where he already does it, like the brother mentioned. We know this, but he gonna do it in mass. He pulling people out the streets, out their homes, and put them in these torture chambers for real. Re-indoctrinate them, you know, and just experiment on them. That's how this devil gets down. You ever wonder how he knows about certain things? It's through human experimentation. Yeah, they're disposable. Okay, a lot of these programs they can't even get people to sign up for. So what do you think they have to do? Yeah, go take them somewhere, experiment, you know, record the results.
Yeah, you saw riding around with the white truck with no windows. He'd be like throwing unsuspecting people in them vans.
You can't see an inside.
And be selling them.
And they can't get away with it here. They go to a poor country and they do that wicked shit over there.
Living in the basement for 10 years and shit. There was a story about that. They got out the basement. They was trapped in the basement for years or whatever. Girls or whatever.
Yeah.
Look that up.
Oh yeah. The girl escaped.
Yeah.
And basically she had like the the mindset of like a 7-year-old or something like that, but she was like 18. Like she could barely even like speak like fluent sentences and stuff. Like, you talking about that? Yeah.
I'm sure it happened more than one time.
Oh yeah. And then and then they went to, and this house was like a normal looking house, and the cops went to the fucking house, and these were like quote unquote normal looking fucking Edom. Well, Edom was like fucking crazy actually, but yeah, fucking. They were like living in their own piss and shit and stuff like that. Yeah, the whole house was filthy on the inside.
Yeah, so Esau does that in a high level.
Yep.
Yeah, man.
He sacrifices to Moloch. And uses them to traffic them and all that, to the elite. So Esau, he already does that already. So when he tries to establish a newer order, he's going to continue doing that same thing, and it's going to increase. I can see it increasing. All right.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, Lord's will, those that tuned into the lesson, live lesson, were edified. Of course, we want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto
Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakak, Kadash.
Of course, giving double honors unto our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to all the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.
Yashalom.
Kwame Sharala.